And we are live, everyone. Welcome. Let us begin. A great battle has just concluded. Forces of good clashed against forces of evil and made safe a place of natural beauty. You find yourselves exhausted after that fight, finally waking from a long night's rest. The valley around you sings with a chill breeze. To begin, I'm going to take us to the waking place of Natas and Margie here at the llama farm. As you wake up, what will you do?
I think classic Natas, first thing he wakes up, gotta have breakfast. He starts the long process of making a lot of clinks and clangs, getting all the cooking utensils together.
All right, fantastic.
Margie probably rolls over in bed a little bit. She's like, Natas, can't you just wait 5 more minutes? I'm still so tired.
I think he's slowly chopping potatoes. He's like, no.
Yeah.
It's already started. You're too late.
Request denied.
She'll just groan and go, all right.
We're having potatoes and eggs again.
And Margie's stomach probably growls. She says, that does sound pretty good. I'll go get some more water. So she's going to start heading out to get some cooking water and whatever else Natas needs.
Now, Sue, I've taken a little initiative based on your prior curiosity, and I have brought Shael along with the llama keeper to visit the large fluffy animals which exist here in the valley. And so this man named Tenanbjorn will say, yes, they're generally pretty friendly. Not that one, though. He bites.
Well, I really don't want to get bitten. That would probably hurt. So, perhaps I will try and pet the most docile of them. But they do all look very, very fluffy, and I would very much like to pet all of them, if I could.
You can do what you like, but just be wary.
The less bitey of all of them, I think, would be preferred.
All right, I'll over here. Come on, come on. And one of them kind of makes its way up to the edge of the pen.
And perhaps if I offered it some food, it would be more inclined to let me pet it.
Go for it.
Is there anything on the ground that she could just pick up and try and feed to it?
Let me say
either that or she'll hop in the pen.
Let me say there were some watermelons being passed around the settlement where you were resting earlier this morning, and you can have grabbed a slice of that.
All right, then that's what we're doing. Here you go, you lovely furry creature. Try some of this.
The llama moves right up and chews loudly. He gives a meow. And if you want to, allows you to pet it.
Aw, yay!
Yes, she very much would like to get her hands on a fluffy wuffy llama.
As you're petting this big cute animal, I see Margie is approaching.
Good morning, Margie. It is a very nice day. It's good to see you.
See you too. How'd you rest?
Just fine.
And she'll also just wave a little greeting, and she probably at this point knows all the llamas' names. She just says hello to this one and tosses in some potato scraps that she or probably some of the best. Knowing she probably took some of the best already chopped potatoes while Natal wasn't looking, and hands them off to the llama.
Speaking of, is Natas going to be joining us out here?
He's cooking breakfast. You know,
Okay.
he's in the zone. Kind of really confused where half of the potatoes went. He's like, wait,
All right.
they were.
Natas is making breakfast. If you want to join us.
That sounds lovely. Yes, I would like some breakfast. And thank you, Llama, for letting me pet you. I miss BB very much, so it is nice to have another critter to show affection to while I'm away from BB.
As you are perhaps making your way back to the building, you can notice another llama, which is glaring towards one of the windows of the building, towards the direction in which Natas is cooking.
You hear a faint "Loving you is easy" cause you just singing along.
Is this the llama that you punched way back when, or did you actually make friends with one of the llamas?
I punch him in the face like 9 times, and then I give him a piece of watermelon.
What? Okay.
As
I'm
the
breeding
two,
a fierce llama. All right.
as the two of you are making your way back to the building, you can see the tree within which Latifolia regularly rests. You can see the edges, the signs that Lottie is indeed within this tree. But you can also notice that some of the branches on it seem to be kind of blackened. And you can hear grumbling noises. And both of you, Shael and Margie, get the general sort of sensation that Lottie's gonna be stuck here for a bit. Lottie's working through something.
As not wanting to disturb her tree friend, I think Shael will just very quietly, as they're passing, say,
Good morning. Hope everything's okay in there.
To no response.
Maybe we'll get to talk more later. But for right now, some food would be very nice.
As you make your way into this building, Natas finishes up cooking the, what was it, potatoes and eggs?
Whatever the thing we've been eating probably for the past like 2.5 weeks we've been here.
please don't serve us llama meat. As long as it's not llama meat, we're okay.
That sounds fantastic. So with breakfast fresh and ready, what have you to say to one another?
Thank you for cooking breakfast, Natas. You're very nice. And we'll save some. Dirk eats a lot for breakfast. I don't know if you've noticed that, but Dirk eats a lot. So if we could save some for him, I'm sure he would be very appreciative.
Do we have a lot of food?
You have plenty of supplies. You were able to secure a sack or two to bring back to this building to rest as the entire valley has been resettled basically overnight.
Yeah, we got food.
Yeah, and she's talking with her mouth just like completely full. She's like, "Don't worry. Also, like, if they come back and we eat it all, just Natas will make more. He loves cooking. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it."
I hate cooking, but no one else does it here the right way.
I would offer to help, but at home, honestly, I've been told many times, please stay out of the kitchen. I tend to accidentally knock things over or burn things, so it is probably best that I do not assist. I can assist with cleaning. I am very good at that.
Oh, I cook you clean.
Yes, that sounds like a good thing.
It's a deal.
Yes, I will gladly do so. The back home, we have the cleanest, shiniest headstones you'll ever see. thanks to me. So yes, I am very good at cleaning.
Headstones?
Yes, yes. It's the oh, maybe I've never explained. That is the family business. We own a mortuary, cemetery, funeral home, back where I come from, and it is my job to make sure that the headstones are all very clean and well taken care of.
That's a cool job.
I enjoy it
And
very
it
much.
has job security because, people always die. So
Yes, yes, and it's nice because I get to practice the little bit of singing I do, and nobody complains about my singing. Uh, the dead don't complain; they seem to be very good listeners.
What's that?
I think Natasha's giving the margin. This is like, help me. All right, I don't know what to say. This is weird. This is weird for me.
You've never met a 15-year-old kid whose family business is a mortuary, crematorium,
I just
cemetery? Like,
Natasha just met like the first person who's younger than him, and she's like, I sing to dead people, and they don't complain.
All that
God damn it.
Natasha's seen, and this is shocking him.
this is gonna unnerve him, really? Wait
Yeah.
till you meet BB. Oh, God. oh, my gosh.
Well, I think this is a fair point to bring you to a map of our possibilities for today.
Yay!
So, your objectives for today are varied. Right now, you are all at the llama farm, where Gwei here, you will be shortly arriving after getting up early or not having to sleep as much. Elves. At the High Clan settlement is a prisoner, the commander of the Vergent force that invaded this valley. Another set of prisoners, the soldiers, are kept at the Warrior Clan settlement. Some of your compatriots have recently interviewed some of them. Some of those notes have been passed to you. As well, here are the Dark Elves, who have recently set up their own settlement within the valley, quickly overnight establishing their new home here, as well as a small shrine that has been set up at the lakeside of Lake Darmouth. In addition to that, 2 Epicrium stones have crashed in very close proximity to one another, something perhaps of interest. The Vergent Dragons, who brought the new shard of the Heart of the Dragon to purify the source, are still present, if they are of interest to speak with. And lastly, for now, is the skull-tipped staff, which remains held safely in the Dream Grove. If any of you wish to confer with that sentient item, you may go there and visit it. So, to begin, where shall we go?
All right, I'm going to defer to the 3 of you because you all being a group and Shael right now kind of just being a tag along. Is there something that your group was trying to accomplish at some point that you didn't get around to that you want to do now?
Got a pretty open schedule.
All right. You answered my question. I was going to ask where the Dark Elves are. So right now they're fine. Like, that's Shael's biggest concern was the Dark Elves being fine.
I'll be honest. I think that I'm fairly interested in how the Dark Elves are doing. Just because I don't have a lot of memory of the history between the Wood Elves and the Dark Elves. My short interactions with the Wood Elves recently have made me a little apprehensive of them. So I think I want to learn a little bit more about that conflict, since it's like my people that are perpetuating it.
Okay,
good.
so
definitely very quickly a visit to the Dark Elf settlement. Would you all care to
So-
pass through the High Clan settlement on your way there, or go
That
directly?
I was just about to ask that too. Do you guys want to hit the High Clan settlement on the way to the Dark Elves?
Yeah, that's not a problem. I'm not. I'm also not pressed for time. I'm happy to accomplish things in whatever order makes the most sense. I just want to get to it at some point.
Why don't we
Yeah,
go to
when
the
you're
why don't we go to the Dream Grove?
Yeah, when you're 600 plus years old, you're not really pressed for time at all, right?
Sounds good.
So this is a personal thing for Shael's sake. At some point, she would like to get to where the source is. She has a bunch of sea elf specters who are kind of trapped and can't pass on, and she was hoping she might be able to bring some of the source water to them to somehow maybe cleanse their tortured souls to help them finally pass on. But that can be a story for another time. So yeah, whatever makes most sense. She's along for the ride.
Okay. So Shael wants to visit the source at some point. Natas
Right,
wants to
but it
visit
doesn't have to be.
the Dream Grove at some point. Gwahir wants to visit the Dark Elf settlement. Margie, do you have a point of interest in mind besides those of the options presented?
She is willing to kind of go, I think, with the group. I don't think she would voice it herself, but she's probably most interested in the crash site because that was what she dreamed of. Like, it's been a while, but like that was what she had that dream where it was like its beginning, and that had to do with the stones, right?
It was not a dream particularly, other than the fact that as the meteors began to rain down, you became immediately aware of that knowledge.
Oh, I just like had that feeling. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So like that's definitely her. I think that's probably her most interested thing, but I don't think right now she would rather like help with
Okay.
what other people are interested in doing more so.
And perhaps perhaps we'll see how the timing works out. Perhaps when our friend Dirk arrives, who also has very much interest in a substance that he knows by a different name, which you know is a Picrium, that would be a good time to visit that site.
Yeah.
Well, it sounded like, Chris, you had the most immediate interest in visiting the Dream Grove, so shall we start with that?
Do we get to ride the llamas? Are the llamas our mode of transport?
No. I don't think that
Well,
would go
all
too
right.
well for you.
Well, all right.
Why don't the rest of you tell them about one of the first activities you performed here in the valley?
Llama punch. Llama
Yeah,
punch.
punching the llama. I saw the episode. I know. I
Yeah.
thought maybe you got past that, and the llamas were now, could be used as a mode of transport.
I wouldn't be that generous.
Gosh
Yeah,
darn
no,
it, Natas.
no.
Natas is why we can't have nice things.
All right.
They kind of smell bad.
Thank you.
They're fluffy.
Let us go then.
And smelly.
You make your
They're
way
fluffy.
along the road from your place here at the llama farm where you rested, past the Sage Clan settlement, and to the lush forest of the Dream Grove, where you have visited before. Here, you enter past a thick, winding forest trail, a cave with glowing bioluminescent green vines within it. And as you emerge from that cave, you see once again, though now cleansed, this great tree, pool of pure water at its feet. Veneros, the druid who some of you know, stands, eyes closed, praying to the land. As you arrive, he turns, gives you a simple nod, and returns to his prayers. You can see, enshrined atop that tree, a glow of green from that item, which seems to swirl in the air. And, sitting upon the edge of that tree, a small raccoon that looks curiously in all of your direction. What will you do?
Is this the same druid who was helping us with the farmhouse?
With the farmhouse?
No, right?
No.
Yeah, okay. Okay, got it. Got it.
Lead the pack here and approach Veneris.
Alright, we're gonna do a thing, because we don't know if there's gonna be trouble today.
That lasts like 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
That's the first one.
You said. As you approach him, what will you say?
I'll say, Veneris, should I swap out suggestion for polymorph? Actually, sorry, I'm thinking of myself. Veneros, are there any updates with the staff? How's have you guys just been guarding it since the encounter here?
He will say, yes, this strange fey being, which takes the form of a raccoon as of now, has been keeping watch over it. I have been praying to the land that the dream Wolverine returns safely to this place, the spirit Lapinor, which till now has sent us dreams at night. You may have noticed your nights have been uncomfortably absent.
Wait, did you say raccoon?
Indeed. Look atop the tree.
Rookie, is that you?
The raccoon kind of crawls down from where it was evading your sight. You'll have to go up there to get a better look.
She runs off towards that. No longer interested in the conversation.
Veneros will return to his prayer. I presume all of you will begin making your way atop this tree.
Whatchamacallit, Shael cares about going up here, because last she remembers there was that horrible jerky guy we fought, and he disappeared, and he had been up here when we were fighting him.
He had disappeared, but then arrived at the source where you did battle and destroyed him.
I actually have a couple more questions for Veneros.
Sure, let's go to that then.
I'll let my comrades go on, climb up the tree or whatever, but I'm just a little confused by the nature of this staff. Do we know exactly where it came from?
Well, in the first place, I believe that I, along with you, received a dream in which Lapinor showed us that it was given to the troll chief that was terrible for this valley by a mysterious hooded figure that had themselves corrupted the source for the first time. Since then, I believe that creature took it away, but the terrible leader of the Virgins, who proved to be a necromancer, just pulled this staff back from the Feywilds, along with the spirit.
But do we know where the staff originated from before the necromancer got a hold of it?
Only that a strange cloaked figure, perhaps the necromancer himself, gave it to the troll chief who wielded it.
I mean, I feel like the necromancer we defeated giving it to the troll chief would be my first hunch, but that doesn't mean it was the same person. I mean, we could be dealing with some kind of cabal of necromancers, which I feel like necromancers always function in cabals. I've never heard. I mean, I don't know.
Shudder at the thought of more damage coming to this pure land. It has taken me great efforts to heal the damage that was done here, in no part without assistance from this fey being.
And touching the staff lets us communicate with this evil being inside it, but I'm a little worried about the safety of doing that. Do we know if there's any, like, long-term consequences for communicating with the staff?
You need not touch it. The thing has been blabbering whenever I am near it to me.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll try not to get any funny ideas then.
I would suggest that that is wise.
Here, I'll join the rest of my friends at this point.
As you ascend to the top of this space, before the raccoon itself even has an opportunity to commune, you hear a voice from staff. It says, "Hello again. Welcome. Welcome. It's been some time since I've seen you." The skull atop it, rotating to face you, the green glow which spills out of it, sort of contorting in strange ways to seem almost akin to eyeballs in its sockets, but just not enough that it is still strange and alien in the way in which it manifests. The voice says, Oh, have you come, and oh, have you good reason to speak with me? You have questions and I have answers, if you pay the price that be. The raccoon, Rookie, which is immediately familiar to you, Margie, rushes up to you and kind of grabs onto your leg and gives...
She's already rooting in her bag and, like, pulling out little snacks and treats. She's like, "Why are you a raccoon? I thought we changed you back. What's going on? Where have you been?"
He kind of chuckles to himself before you watch as his shape begins to shift, as the fur kind of begins to fall away to take on the shape of a humanoid man. As he stretches, he says, "Oh, yes, I just like to do that sometimes when the mood falls upon me."
I'm gonna lean over to Shael and just be like, "See, I told you he was hot."
Hello, Margie. How are you upon this day?
I'm a lot better now, but I feel like I have so many questions. I feel like I don't know. Who are you? I mean, I know who you are, but I don't feel like we've actually met now.
Allow me to, for the second time then, introduce myself. Though, to you perhaps, always will I be Rookie the Raccoon. You may know me by my name. I am Ikoro of the Fae. And it is of some happiness to see you in my form.
Just some?
Ah, yes. I need not cloak the mixed emotions, for indeed, time betwixt the form of a raccoon is delightful. But allow me not to labor your inquisition of this item of terror. I'll just be watching and ensuring that its vileness spreads not.
He's cuter as a raccoon, if I'm being honest. But I also tend to like really fluffy creatures.
He gives a in cue with that statement.
No offense, of course. But I just, you were just cuter when you were furry.
What? I didn't hear anything.
I must not have said it out loud.
It's funny indeed what remains in the mind and what escapes it. And as
if
this,
you all want me to talk to the scary skull, I don't mind.
as this conversation is coming perhaps to a wrapping point, the staff says, "Have you forgotten all about me? I'm right here, of course."
Why don't you just leave?
I can't. I'm trapped. This one. And the staff sort of shifts its orientation so that its eyes of sorts would be looking at Fey Prince. Is keeping me here against my will. I would be more than happy to be picked up by one of you kind friends and go on a grand adventure with you, says the staff.
What would happen if one of us were to pick you up exactly?
Oh, bestowed upon you would be power great, and indeed knowledge, great knowledge, purpose, direction, all the things which a mortal could care for.
Oh,
This staff is so colloquial. I was expecting him to be like cryptic and evil, but he's just chatting.
I don't really have a lot of interest in what you say you can offer, so no thank you. But maybe someone else would be more interested.
Roll me a wisdom saving.
Oh crap.
Ah,
Hold on a second. Ooh, that's a 22. Oh, I'm sorry, I rolled in D&D Beyond. That didn't help you.
Nor does it count.
I rolled in the wrong thing. Oh, come on now. I hold on a minute. Hold on. But here, she can't be charmed. I'm throwing that out there right now.
This
Leave
is
her
not
alone.
a
She can't
charm,
be
but good to
charmed.
know.
Here, why won't it let me do a thing? I'm trying to roll and nothing's happening.
There we go.
Did it go?
Wisdom save 16. Roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Blah. Hold
I
on.
think the barbarian wasn't there.
There we go.
You feel a soft intrusion into your mind, attempting to read into your memories, but you steel yourself and wall off that part of yourself.
There's no need for any of that. I didn't mean to be rude. I just all the knowledge I could ever want is in Grampy's library. And I've gone on plenty of adventures so far, so I'm quite content.
Oh, I'm
Thank you.
sorry. I was just trying to take a little peek so that we might speak more candidly. Do tell me about your grandfather and his library.
It's a very nice library with many books.
I wouldn't tell this thing about your family if it was
Yeah,
me.
maybe not a good idea.
Mr.
So-
Staff.
A
Sorry.
little bit of a breakdown. This staff kind of held some giant creature kind of projection when we killed the last guy. He was like summoning like a giant horned thing with it. And then the guy died and, giant horned thing went away. But wasn't he like creating something with the staff?
Yeah, he was like summoning a huge devil.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be my
The staff
my
response
guess.
says, "Oh, indeed, you speak of the last one who wielded me. He channeled my power, to my chagrin, I might note, to pull souls from this valley, to amalgamate into a form."
That sounds not good.
Indeed, I can tell you more about it if I would to understand, perhaps, but simply more about that library
Oh,
and this grandfather.
My friends have advised me not to tell you any more about it, so I think that is all I will say on the matter. If you don't
I
already
can-
know about it, then that's enough of that.
I can actually. I have some information you might be interested in.
Information is a trade of which I have great interest. What have you?
It's a song actually. It's a song that has a little bit of elven magic to it that I think you might find interesting. Here,
Do
let
show
me
me.
let me show you how it goes, and I am going to cast Identify on this thing.
Magic item or some other magic imbued object. You learn its properties, how to use them. It requires attunement. You learn whether spells are affecting it. You identify this item, and I'm going to ask you to make an Arcana check, because this item does not want to be identified.
And I don't know if you want to touch it either, do you? I mean, you kind of have to for the spell, but
Oh yeah, that also has to be stated because if you're casting Identify on it, you have to be touching it.
That's true.
I don't know
Oh.
if you want to put your hands on it.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't want to cast this spell. I assume the reason you're making me roll is because this thing is sentient.
Perhaps.
But I'm a little apprehensive of putting my hand on this thing.
So as you're hovering your hand in front of it, you feel magical resistance to the spell, just whether it is innate or projected by this item.
Does anyone have a guidance or any kind of magical ward they can put on me?
I believe in you.
Do you believe? Do you believe approximately 1d4 in me?
I believe a D12.
A d12 of slashing damage.
Oh, and on a crit, it's 3D12. So hey, what's up?
All right, I'm gonna touch this thing, and I'm gonna cast Identify, and I'm going to roll an Arcana check.
Ooh,
Nice.
That's a roll.
Wow.
All right. This item contains a presence. The soul of was once a mortal man. The item has been fashioned into what is a staff to your hand, but was a wand to its original wielder. A demonic creature known as Orcus. That name, of divinity, rings no bells to you. The only individual to whom the name seems at all familiar is the presence within your mind, Atas, from which you sense immense frustration at recognition, but not memory.
Wait, so is the assumption here that I'm sharing this information with the party?
No, though that name was uttered by the necromancer earlier.
And how? What is touching this thing? Is this doing anything to me as I touch it?
Well, you touch it, the spell resolves, and the staff gives a little, ooh. I don't know if that was sharing as much as taking.
All right, I take out a little satin strip of a cloth from my bag, and I stuff it into the mouth of the wand, and I tie it to try and gag this wand so it shuts the fuck up.
It says, I can't speak. Whatever will I do?
All right, well, you can keep that.
What Natas was made aware of by the presence, if this name is mentioned, which I'll allow you to resolve or not.
I am going to turn around and I'm going to say, I just learned something very interesting about something that I would love to share with you guys somewhere else. So if anyone else has any questions, feel free to ask, but I am going to leave. I'm going to step out of here.
Ekoro, the Fey Prince, says as you leave, Toodaloo.
Absolutely. I bow.
And he bows in response.
I bow lower.
And he gives up. And then turns back to staff.
All right, now let's go.
Would it be rude to ask, if you could be a raccoon again, for just a moment, so that I may pet your soft fur, before we go?
He looks around with excitement in his eyes, and his form shimmers and shifts before poof. He takes on his smaller form on the ground and crawls up your leg and climbs over your body and onto your shoulder. He's kind of heavy. He's kind of a big chunky guy, but there he sits.
You are the most adorable raccoon I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. And she'll like fluff his head and his ears.
Which
And
he
one day,
enjoys immensely.
One day, I hope you get to meet my dog BB. I think you would like him very much. And thank you for letting me pet your fur. It is very kind of you.
And he's going to
Fluff.
launch himself from you towards Margie, flying through the air. Will Margie attempt to catch Rookie?
Of course, yeah. I was also going to say, there is like, I don't even think she probably even notices it, but there is like a distinct scowl and like extreme jealousy on her face. When Shael is doing this, she's like, what does she even know about Rookie? Like,
Sorry.
And then Rookie
This guy,
crashes into your arms.
yeah.
And nearly knocks you over. And kind of climbs up to you and gives a presenting his chin to be rubbed.
And she just gives him a real big scratch. She goes, you have to stay here? Can't you
Gives a
come with us?
mournfully.
Oh. Well, be safe and don't eat too much, as she hands him another biscuit that she has in her bag for him.
And with that, he leaps onto the edge of the tree and turns around and sits up straight like a sentinel watchdog with his hands kind of hanging. And then gives a bow and salute almost
Soon.
to each of you.
She leaves, she turns around and sticks her tongue out at the skull and walks off.
And as you're walking away, the staff will say to you, I'll be here. I've named already one price for knowledge, and I have more.
Perhaps if you didn't give off such an evil aura, you'd make more friends that way. Just a little bit of a suggestion for you.
Pardon my disposition, it has been hardened by many thousands of years of torment. I am shaped into what I am now. There, a pittance of knowledge for you, my new friend. But after all, I have everything to lose and you have everything to gain, so how can you blame me for my nature?
I'm sure you don't mean to be as evil as you are, but you really do seem evil, and not something I should probably become very overly friendly with. So good luck to you, and goodbye, Rookie. Thank you for letting me pat your furry head.
I'll see you all later. You'll be back. So, I presume you're all going to now step away from this staff and confer about any revelations out of its line of hearing.
Yeah, over by Mr. Whose name I'm forgetting.
Veneros will kind of shift and say, "Do you want me to be part of this conversation?"
Yeah, I feel like you can.
Oh, okay. Because if not, I was going to ask you to give me space to pray.
Well, you might be interested in knowing a little bit more about this wand.
Yeah, that's Boris's character. Okay.
You convinced it to share something with you. Did you give up
Uh,
much?
No. I used a spell on it.
Very
Just
good.
a simple identify spell. This was a wand that belonged to some powerful evil entity called Orcus. I swear I've heard the name, but I'm drawing a blank.
I'm assuming I'm having feels like there's a tumor forming in my head at this point while this person's talking in my ear.
Yes. But it's not really useful conversation. It's just like when someone is kind of ranting frustratedly. It's kind of circling around the detail of, I know that name. I know that name shouldn't be associated with any existing deity. That's all I know. I don't know more, but I should. And then that basically in about 5 different variations looping. Unless you tell her to be quiet.
Wolfguy, it's like, please shut up.
Okay.
My dad talked to me about him a couple of times, but I don't really know anything about him other than that he's dead. Sort of.
What are the chances of him being, about, 60 feet, 100 feet? I don't know. How big was that thing that we saw? The demon or the devil that was being summoned?
It certainly could be the scale of a deistic creature.
Yeah, is he perhaps, yay big, and I just gesture like this, with horns. He's kind of fat, like there's a chance that this is Orcus that we're talking about.
Apparently he was a god, but a pretty shitty one because he died. So,
if he's dead, that would explain a cult of necromancers trying to bring him back. Because what necromancers are really good at doing is bringing things back from the dead.
Dial just kind of looks at the ground and doesn't say anything.
Some might say it's their specialty.
I don't know any necromancers on this plane. Yeah.
I knew one, but he died. I mean, that wand could probably tell us how to find more, but I don't know if it's worth following that lead unless we have no other options. Maybe we get some information out of that captain.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
I actually been practicing another new song. I might get to use both of my new songs in one day. I am so excited. They're not new songs, they're just songs that I remembered how to play.
Benaros will say to you all, I will remain here, and I will keep watch over this item. I care not to confer with it, but if you require my assistance in any way other than my guardianship here, do make me aware of it.
I feel like we need a new raccoon.
I think that's a little too soon. You know what I mean? And like Marge is right here. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I don't know. Maybe like a squirrel?
If BB were
squirrels
here,
speak common. All right.
How many elves do you know that speak squirrel? I point at myself.
Yeah, it's like.
I can speak with BB, and BB understands me, but he is a dog, not a squirrel or a raccoon. But he is also not here.
Alright, well, maybe later.
Margie's going to give the last few biscuits she has in her bag to the druid and says, hold on to these for Rookie for me. Thanks.
He'll take them and say,
Gives him a quick
I will
smile.
do so for you. Sincerely. So, with that, I take it that your inquisition of the Wand of Orcus is complete.
So is Orcus a friend of Natasha's or something? Like, do they go way back, or what's the deal there? Is Natasha gonna let us in on that, or?
You just say like it was like he was like a boogeyman. His dad used to talk about him. He's like dead, you know what I mean? But he came up every now and then.
Well, I'm sure he's lovely. Was lovely.
Yeah, something about like eating babies or something. I don't know, like your classic ones.
Jeez. Fun at parties.
So-
I mean, Shael did like the cute little skull on that wand, but she wasn't about to touch that thing, so.
Walking over here, this is something that I'm twiddling with a song, and I'm like, I think. So I have something that I think would be really helpful in interrogating this prisoner, but I'm worried that he might resist it if he's particularly strong-willed, and then I can only cast this spell once per day. So if anyone has anything that would help with that, maybe weaken his senses or something, that would be helpful. And out of character, I'm basically just saying, I'm gonna make this guy make a wisdom save, and I really want him to fail it. So if anyone has literally anything that can help with that,
I got an idea.
is it just hit him in the face?
No, I'm not a barbarian.
All right.
It's gonna drown him in a
Punch him
bucket, leave him at the brink of consciousness, and then drown him a couple more times. And then when
Punch
he's
him
like
like a
barely
llama.
there, that's when you hit him with it.
My God. Punch him like a llama. There you go.
Maybe I can convince him that I'm not trying to brainwash him, and in fact, I'm trying to help him through like normal talking. I might try that. I'm pretty charming.
I've brought us here to the High Clan settlement, as I imagine that that's where you wish to go.
Mm-hmm.
More than I have
Also,
to.
just momentarily, be joined by another player.
Which
See,
prisoner
let's
is
join.
this? Why are we mad at them?
It's one of the commanders of the army, I believe it said.
Which
this
army?
This is the
The
guy
ones
that
that
when
invaded.
if you remember in the battle, we got here and they were about to, I think they were gonna, they had someone like
There was a-
hostage.
Yeah, they were going to execute someone, and we saved him.
Yeah, I think I used like a spell to incapacitate the captain, and then everyone else was dead by the time it wore off, and we kind of just tied him up.
All right, so the guy that we want to interrogate is the one who was holding someone else prisoner until we got here.
Yeah, and he was a bit of a
Got it.
fanatic from what I remember, so I don't know how far words are going to get with him.
Welcome, David, Dirk, to our party. You will be awaking the last of your group, coming to within this building where you've been given refuge for the night, where all of your companions have abandoned you to sleep in. But finding your way around, getting some watermelon, which has been passed around for breakfast, you will eventually see the arrival of the other four, who can inform you, if they would, about their recent visit to the Dream Grove and interrogation of what they now know to be called the Wand of Orcus.
Yeah, Dirk is just chewing the watermelon. Oh, hey there.
Hey, Dirk.
Dirk, you're gonna want to put that watermelon down. We have some things to tell you.
Yeah, I'll hold it for you. Okay, here, let me take that from you.
We
He
did
does
save you
it.
some breakfast. We saved some potatoes.
This is quite fancy enough for me, thank you.
And we just tell him everything that we know about the wand, just to keep it. Keep it short.
Well, would you like me to tell him, or would you like to tell him? He doesn't
Oh,
know.
that's right. Yeah. I forgot. No.
He's not an NPC.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Essentially, the only thing we
He's
really
not
know
an
about it.
NPC.
We tell him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
You know now.
Quest log updated. But
Oh, that's hilarious.
essentially, the only thing we really know is it's the Wanda Orcus. It looks like they were trying to use all the souls they were capturing from everyone dying to resummon something oddly like Orcus. And
Oh, that's terrible.
yeah, and it wants information to give information.
Dirk does not know what Orcus is, but it sounds bad.
Can I roll like a religion check or something? Maybe.
No, you have nothing more than common knowledge, so this dead god, as the others will inform you if he is known, is not known to you.
Well, it sounds terrible, but I don't really get the specifics. But if I have to kill any resurrected thing, I will.
The group
Dirk,
was...
what if I've been resurrected?
Well, that's a little different. Your soul went out and came back. It wasn't, you're not just some soulless undead creature.
I would like to make a comment for Jake, because I have this inkling that he would say it. Does that mean that Dirk needs to kill himself because he has been resurrected?
No! I'm still me, because my soul's still here.
I feel just like,
Never
well,
left.
obviously, but
All right.
I have to go rethink things.
Yeah, I have to go pray on that a little.
The group was on their way, even after being passed a set of hastily scrawled notes from Rose Tranmere, who's already done such, to reinterrogate then the commander of the Vergent forces that took over this valley. He is located in this building on the southwestern side of space. Would you like me to bring you all there, or are there any people in town that you would like to visit on the way?
Yeah.
Done.
Wait, can we have a spark notes of these? Spark notes.
Of
You said that Rose already interrogated this guy.
yes, and that is noted in the group chat for us all. So if you wish to go back and refer to those notes, they are literally written.
Oh, wonderful.
Here, do you mean the Facebook chat group?
Yep. Exactly.
Here, hold on.
So let me bring you directly to...
Where are we? Captured enemy commander knew nothing about his superior, the Baron, being a necromancer, or so he says. Firmly believes the Virgin Empire has claimed the valley is theirs, so he stays put. His force is at the warrior clan camp, far more amicable to their situation, and their claims they surrendered, stopped fighting valley members is upheld by other accounts.
Do we know if this is proven that this guy didn't? Or is this just a hunch? Like, was magic used in this interrogation?
Magic was not used.
hey, Gway
Alright.
here.
Yeah.
I see a bucket of water in his cell.
Oh, that's probably his piss.
Even better.
Hey, Dirk, how do you feel about enchantment magic?
Dirk is muted.
I don't know if Dirk has an
where-
opinion on that, does he?
It really depends on A, where you're getting your power from, and B, if it's sanctioned by, the government.
Sanctioned by a legal body. Well, I'll be happy to report that I am a sovereign citizen. So I believe I'm free from your pesky laws. And second of all, it's the kind of enchantment magic where you kind of just fully mind control someone and make them do whatever you want.
Well, I'll pretend not to know what's going on, I guess. I've been turning a blind eye to everything like this little one's been doing.
That's directed at me?
Yes.
I've been I haven't been doing anything bad. No, Derek, I haven't been doing anything that you wouldn't approve of. I don't think.
Well, that's
I'm
good.
I'm pretty sure.
Sure.
Well, Dirk,
He just pats around.
this guy
this
shouldn't
is
have tried to
all-
kill him.
This is all somewhat, it's for the greater good of restoring order in the land too. It's as long as doesn't get any
Yeah.
blood magic-y.
Yeah, I think our greater good is better than his greater good.
Yeah, and I'm not punching him, so there's no blood.
For the time being. Guess.
I lean over to Natasha. If this goes poorly, there might be some internal blood.
No one has to know.
That's fair. It's weird. He just had an aneurysm.
Yeah. It
Oh,
happens.
As you all enter this space, he will sit up quickly from where he is on this bench and approach you and say, "Ah, greetings. I'm glad to see that they sent more to speak with me. I am Virgin Commander Garrett. I believe that we may have been on the battlefield. I'm sorry for any blows I may have struck in your direction. I was not myself. But nonetheless, it is important that you convince the locals here to not only release myself and my troops immediately, but to pass on the message that they must cede control of this valley to the Virgin Empire, its rightful controllers."
Wait, what do you mean you weren't yourself? Were you affected by some kind of magic?
Dark magic, yes. Visions of a skull. Light of green and purple. My blade, I even witnessed in my own hand, was cloaked in shadow and dark magic.
Sounds fishy.
Indeed. I believe there is some evil presence here that is behind all of this. Perhaps with your help, we can seek it out. Destroy it.
Well, we know what the secret is. You already talked to Rose. Your commander was a necromancer. He must have brainwashed you somehow.
How do we know you're not a necromancer?
That,
Plain dumb.
the particulars of that detail were not mentioned to me. I presume he is dispatched in that case. They've told me very little. They must have assumed that I was knowingly in consort with this vile mage.
You seem like an honorable man, and I do trust your word.
Here's the thing.
I've known a lot of warriors in my time, and some, fight out of greed, but you seem to have a strong sense of duty. I trust that you wholeheartedly believe that what you're doing is in the best interest of, the forces that you serve, the Virgin Empire and its people, and that you fight in defense of it. Even though in this case it seems like you were led astray, which is deeply regrettable, especially for a man of your valor.
Yes, indeed.
I spoke to Rose, and she told me a little bit about...
foreigner.
Yes. She told me a little bit about what was afflicting you. I'm a doctor of sorts, a little unorthodox. I practice a form of magic that is common amongst my people, but less so amongst your people. But I think I might have a way to root inside a little bit and see if I can find out exactly the source of this magic that corrupted you, so we can prevent it from happening to more of the soldiers of the Virgin Empire. But I'm asking for your consent for such a procedure.
You must forgive me. I have been raised my whole life under the firm understanding. Unless otherwise sanctioned, magic is sin. Are you a sanctioned mage of the Virgin Empire? Do you have a druid's permit to operate within this valley? Were you a cleric of the Pantheon? Or are you none of the above, in which case you're a sinner?
Hmm.
And I would state also that I believe this madly that controlled me has passed.
I can always use my zone of truth ability.
Please do, I have nothing to hide.
As Dirk will just take a shield and just gonna hit the front of it as the zone of truth ebbs out from him.
And he will, as you can sense, not resist. He will not attempt to save against it.
That's a good step. No, not resisting.
Stop resisting.
So everything that you've told us is the truth, correct? You don't have any ill will from the Virgin Empire that you had no consent to what you were doing before.
I operated under genuine orders from my empire to take control of this valley.
And you did not know your commander was a necromancer.
I did not know of his intent.
What?
Ooh, that is not the same as not knowing he was a necromancer.
Yes, you seem to stall and have chosen your words carefully there for some reason.
Look, there are many powerful men within the Empire that are authorized to perform certain rites of magic.
Do you know of anyone who is unauthorized that is practicing this necromancy?
I was not aware of the authorization of all of those who unveiled themselves.
All of those?
Those
But do
amongst
you-
my men.
Can you unveil yourself?
What?
You know, like the
Are
last
you a
guys-
necromancer?
Yeah, the last guy's
I
wearing your
am not a
armor had
necromancer.
another face. Do you have another face? Is that your actual? Like, if I poke your face,
This
does it
is
feel
my
like?
face.
Okay, that's more than the other guys could say.
Is it is it your desire to root out necromancy in the Virgin Empire, or were you willingly blind to this?
It is my
Sin.
duty to root out virgin necromancy.
So if we
Unless
ask
it
you
is-
for help,
In the interest of the state, in which case it is ordained.
would you say that your commanding officer's use of necromancy was in the interest of the state?
It
It
was,
was ordained?
not. It was not.
Do you know if your commanding officer had any collaborators, or if there were any other powerful magic users that he met with, worked with, had close relationships with?
He clearly met with those who were his disciples here. Yes.
Do you know if he has any disciples that were not here, or any leads we can follow as to anyone else in the larger Virgin Empire who might have any idea what his plan here was?
Baron Cadmire was a powerful man. It is indeed possible that he had other collaborators. He has other collaborators. You may learn more by investigating his residence, perhaps?
Do we know where that is?
Well, that would be in Virgin City, of course.
Oh, yeah. So I guess that's an idea, but that's going to be tricky. All right. Well, sorry for being such a sinner. Do any of you guys have any questions for this guy?
Are we gonna just leave him?
Gross.
You really want to dump the bucket on him, don't you?
No, I was just curious if we're going. Because if we are, I'm just gonna. Does he have like a medal on his suit of armor?
Yeah.
Or like a loose rope?
Yeah, he's got some tassels.
Okay, like one of those little tassels off that like chest diamond. He's just gonna rip it off. Try to, at
he's
least.
standing 5 feet away from the bars, so you'd have to go in there.
I'll go in there. I'm indifferent.
The guardswoman will say, "Why do you need to go into the cell?" She has the keys.
Well, okay, new friend, can you just come here for a second?
Say, he will look to Dirk and say, "Can I trust this person?"
Not gonna hurt you.
Not really. I just met them a few days ago.
I'm in the zone of truth. I said I will not hurt him.
He says, "Then
He
with
would also
respect, I will
Dirk's
not
also in the
approach."
Yeah, so quite frankly, I don't know who to trust these days.
He's not falling for it. Sorry, Chris.
Let it go.
Be seeing you.
It's okay.
Be seeing you, buddy. Be seeing you.
Mark and Sue,
back
you've
at
been
night.
quiet. Did you have any things you wanted to ask or express to him?
So Shael purposely kind of hung back because she didn't want the guy to see her, considering that, but she is gonna like whisper to Dirk.
Dirk, maybe you could ask him. Do you remember when we were back at that other town? Someone killed the funeral owner and his sons. Remember? And they said that they had to offer up some dead people once a month at a
Oh
weird
yes, all the other
spot.
funeral homes had to do that as well. Quite
Uh,
strange.
Could you maybe ask him if he happens to know if the guy he's working for knows anything about that? Because we still need to figure out why they were asking for dead bodies to be donated to them.
Yeah, Dirk is just gonna turn around. Hey, Commander.
Yes,
You
good sir.
know
I can
about-
see the symbol of Stamos upon your breast. Speak.
Yes. That we encountered something strange in another city where the funeral home parlor had to donate dead bodies. Do you think that might be part of some grand conspiracy?
Funerary is not in my or Baron Cadmire's domain.
But do you think there might be that someone in through or his domain might have wanted all these corpses?
It's possible. Many things are possible.
Does it seem like this guy's like purposely being?
Roll an
Big.
insight check, my friend.
If we're proficient in insight, can we roll?
Yeah. If you're still in the room.
I left.
Chris,
Some of us are
you can roll.
outside.
You can roll because you prompted it. That's you can step back in and kind of overhear this bit. Natas rolls. Dirk, this man is speaking. Natas, I would say that you have
Speaking
noticed
riddles, that motherfucker.
you have noticed a pattern that he has been very distinct in his choice of words.
Is he hiding something? Should I go back in there and just fucking wreck his shit?
I don't think this man's hiding anything.
I saw a yellow hue coming from that bucket. That's all I'm saying.
Frankly, I think we should let him go.
Archie, did you have
We
something?
It's just gonna. She just sets her hand on the gate and she says, "Well, I hope they're taking care of you and you're having a better stay in captivity than me and my friend's time in your people's." And she's gonna cast Arcane Lock on the gate.
He'll say,
Not
"I
say
have been
anything about
treated
it.
Well,
Just leave.
Wait, are you a fugitive? All right.
And she's just gonna turn around and leave.
Yeah, that seems right about correct. So,
Guys, should I have Did we get all the information we could have gotten out of that guy?
You can always go back and talk to him another time. I don't think he's going anywhere.
That's fair. There was something he wasn't telling us. And, I mean, we did everything up to torturing the man. So, I mean, there's one thing that magic has taught me is that torturing can, in fact, be effective. Just without magic, it's kind of hit or miss. Sorry. Where to now? The drow?
Ooh, and just for some little flavor, I picture that spell looking like the metal kind of like blooms and turns into like vined flowers that like go into the lock and then just back into the metal.
Perfect. Yeah, he's not going anywhere, and the guards will be somewhat surprised to find that their keys don't work very well. All right.
Well,
sure.
actually, it doesn't make it harder to unlock the object if you have the appropriate key to unlock it. It's only if you're trying to force it.
Vines, my friend. So, you have spoken with the commander who was held prison here. He, like the skull-tipped staff, will remain in this space if during this session or future sessions, so long as you're present, you wish to reconnect with them, question them further. At this point, I'll also update you, David, on what we have available on our map. The Virgin Dragons, which escorted the new pure Heart of the Dragon to the source, remain present if they are of interest. 2 Epicrium stones, which you would know by a better name, have crashed within close proximity to one another in the valley, potentially of note. Yes. Potentially of note to examine.
Would I have seen the crash?
No, this crash, the crashes all happened simultaneously during that one night, but because these two are very close together, people haven't wanted to disturb 2 of the magic elementals simultaneously. They're quite powerful, as you know. The Dark Elves have set up a settlement. That's our next point of visit. There are more prisoners, soldiers that seem to be fairly amicable, could be spoken with. At the side of Lake Dartmouth, the Dark Elves have set up a small shrine. And I will also note for you at this point that a communication has come from the scouts of the Valley of Rain. The Virgin Empire has a cart moving with light escort north up the road into Cadlia proper. If you wished to attempt to intercept it, you will be able to. So, we will go to the Dark Elves then. Coming to their settlement, I will need to bring you all in here. That will be here. Arriving on the north edge of a settlement, you will see that quickly the Dark Elves have settled in the valley. They've worked overnight, as they are well able to do, to set up their tents, set up their crystal torches, as well as set up large shaders, pieces of cloth which are stretched and folded across large beams of wood or some kind of rope. They can be unfurled to shade over this area, providing them with darkness if it is bright. But at this time, you arrive at their settlement and can enter and speak with anyone of interest within.
Just for my own knowledge, does the Elder still have the super evil, horrible death book that Shael used to cave in the skull of the super evil sea elf guy?
As well as you know, he's still holding on to it for you, yes.
Okay.
Can you two, Shelly and Dirk, can you guys fill me in a little bit on what you guys have dealt with these dark elves before coming here?
Yes, they were about to get. We came upon them, and they were about to get wiped out by the high elves for some odd racial reason. And of course, I could not let that happen and let them commit genocide and disrupt the order of things. So I had to protect them, which made us kind of enemies of the state temporarily. But
The state of the Virgin Empire or the elves?
it's a gray area because the elves are in alliance with the Empire. So by kind of killing most of them, and they're like the prince, whatever,
Yeah.
did not bode too well with the Virgin Empire and how they kind of treated us. I think.
The Dark Elves, they were innocent victims of circumstance, and it was not their fault. They did not start the fight.
No, they were just minding their own business, trying to be happy in their little caves.
Yes, basically yes. And so I had to choose a side, and I did. And the Dark Elves just want to live in peace and not fight with anyone. So,
And
we had to help them.
what's this about a big evil book?
Oh well, that had nothing to do with the Dark Elves. Well, they got it wasn't their fault. They got roped into that also. But no, there was an evil sea elf who wanted me to do some evil things, cast spells out of an evil book, and we killed him. And then I was a little bit mad. So after he was already dead, I took the book and I sort of I hit him really hard on the head multiple times to make sure that his body and his soul wouldn't rest in peace ever again. But I was kind of mad at the time. So I entrusted the elder with that book so that I wouldn't ever be tempted to use the evil spells for evil reasons.
Very good.
That's quite the tale.
Yes.
Oh, and we also encountered two beautiful pieces of stimonium that, when you touch them, make you feel closer to the one true power in the universe.
Yes. Stamos. Yeah, my favorite. Shelly, how old are you?
I am 15. I just turned 15 not that long ago.
Are you you're an elf? You're half elf.
Yes. So on my father's side, I am human. On my mother's side, I am a high elf. So I am half of each.
I have a half elven daughter who's a bit older than you, but you're telling me that you're 15 years old and you bludgeoned someone to death with a book.
Well, no,
he was
already dead. He was already dead, so I didn't bludgeon him to death. I bludgeoned him after death to make sure. I was a little angry at the time because he was basically threatening all of the Dark Elves. He had taken them hostage to try and get me to do something.
I'm just
evil
gonna
for him.
interrupt Shelly by giving her a hug.
What about me? I'm the one that had to witness this.
You have that on your...
Natas gives Dirk a hug.
Yeah.
Stands there.
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. I should probably also mention I died. And because he wanted me to do something evil, I said no. He killed me. But then Rosie brought me back.
I take
and
your
once
head
I
and
was
I
back,
press it into like right into my chest so you can't speak anymore. And I say, "That's okay. I'm sure you did everything that you could."
yes. It was a bad day. But it's okay now. And everything is fine.
Okay. That's a lot to
Lord Mir was
process.
very nice. The death is not bad. Just understand, the land of the dead is actually very peaceful.
That
It's comforting, you know. It's
Mhm.
comforting.
So,
Yes, yes. There are a lot of tombstones there, or headstones for me to clean when I
I
go there
I
permanently.
I started this by asking you about these dark elves, and now I have
A lot of
so
information.
many more questions, but I don't know if we have time to get into all of that right now.
Um, well, I wouldn't normally offer this, but you are an elder, a very elder. So later, if you'd like,
The
I will
eldest.
gladly let you read my journal. I write in my journal every day about the day's events. That
I
might be
would
better.
be honored
But
to read your journal.
no, were they cursed? Weren't they cursed?
The dark
Yes.
elves.
Yes,
Yeah, but not
yes.
anymore.
Right, we fixed
Um,
it, right? With the
Yes.
virgin crystal.
Dragon.
Huh. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, good job.
Let's get some information from their leader.
The
Where's
elder is very lovely. He's a very. I think you are more elder than he is elder. But he is also the elder.
Now, as you, I should note, Gwei here, enter this space, this man, one of the Dark Elves, with very elderly features, immediately locks eyes with you. But there's a crazed look in his eyes, a wildness, a wideness of gaze. And he says, Here she comes! Here she comes! After so long, here she comes! What's she doing here? I don't know. She'll probably slip and fall and forget it. It takes you a
Don't
moment,
mind him.
but you recognize him very deeply, but also from a vision. This elf, before his hue was changed to live beneath, was named Tixel. He was your childhood bully.
And he bullies everybody now.
Of course, he survived the genocide. Tixel, I thought I smelled something funny coming into camp.
Funny am I, for jester am I, known about as the troublemaker and the maker of insult here. In the right place are you.
Yes, well, I have been inspired by your flamboyishness, let me tell you, and I am quite the jokester nowadays as well.
If a funny tale you have, tell it to me soon, or late, or never.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
No.
Somehow, after over 1,000 years, and you still get right on my nerves somehow.
Call it a
And I'm
talent.
gonna. Yes, well, you have to be good at something.
And while everyone's heading over to the chief guy, I'm going to head to what I'm assuming are my disciples over here.
You have seen them correctly, where they have stockpiled the stimonium.
Hmm. I still like staminite, but I understand. I get it.
As you arrive, they say, Lord Dirk, it is good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
I hope you did well in the battle. We slew several undead ourselves.
Fantastic. And how many new people have you converted to the cause?
We've been focused mostly upon helping our people with their settlement, but there are so many open minds within this valley to convince of the one true Lord of Order.
Of course, and you must be aware we need to bolster our numbers to bring the order more into balance.
Indeed. She steps forward and says, Shall I go now that we are settled, and begin? She opens a pouch and shows off several handwritten pamphlets for Stamos.
Yes. Here, maybe this would help, and I'm just going to sign a bunch of them. Dirk,
Yes.
Dirk.
Her eyes are aglow and impressed.
It might be, more of a, enticing deal if they know I'm involved. The great Dirk Sternglin.
And the other of your followers will say, I will remain here and keep watch over the sacred stimonium.
Yes. Have you had any visions while you've been watching over it?
No, unfortunately.
Step aside. As Dirk's just gonna reach out and with both hands grasp the stimonium, pray to Stamos.
Make a religion check.
These always work.
oh no!
As you touch the stone, you feel a presence enter as if through the back of your mind, and a voice says, I'll be with you shortly, Dirk. Upon a night soon from here, I have much work for you.
Stop, Stamos?
And the presence leaves your mind.
I'm assuming now I'm just collapsed on the ground.
Yes. And
Just look
your
over.
follower will kneel down and he will say, Lord Dirk, you all right?
I'm not sure. Stamos said he'll talk to me directly, and I'm not lying.
Omer will say, It is indeed mighty news. I will await for your command as soon as our Lord commands you.
Yes, I might have some more work for you.
Good.
But we have to get our higher numbers, especially among the Dark Elves.
I will await your command. Here. He will kneel respectfully. Has Margie any comment? And Natas, as they're both overlooking this conversation?
I feel like Natas is like, he's like eating popcorn. He's like, this is too good.
Dirk isn't even going to get up. He's still kind of like lying amongst the rocks, just like touching them.
Margie's just trying to get a bead on her new adventuring group and trying to figure out
Where she
what
went
their
wrong.
deal is.
Yeah,
This is
Natas is
pretty
like, and you guys
good.
thought I was weird, all right?
Pretty good display.
All because I punched a llama because it spit in my face. All of a sudden, I'm the weird guy.
Ah.
As I'm kind of standing here, I want to detect magic on these rocks. I think she's just generally curious about
All right.
Dirk's kind of reaction to them. Do I get any like read off of them?
You sense that they are a naturally durable substance. They emanate a power that is akin to the divine.
Interesting.
Is this just
That's all
a
I'll give you.
picrium? Is this the same thing?
Yes.
Okay. Just to make
Yeah.
sure.
And Margie also has very little to know what the divine would feel like also, so she's like, it's just kind of like curiosity without needing an answer. She's just like, interesting.
Chicken can you write the name of my bully in the chat so I can write it down?
Yes. At this point, I think we will go to Shael and Wahir, who are approaching the family of elves who rule over this clan. Though rule is a very heavy word, they're more watchful.
Oh, there's the elder.
protectors.
There he is.
But also of note, Shael, you passed by Rose, who quietly pulls you aside and will say, Hey, so I've been talking with Irvin here. He's ready to do the deed if we need to have Elven Scout Captain Lady removed from the picture.
That's a better impression of Jake than Jake talking.
Because it's coherent. Well, I don't know if I feel right about having her taken care of. If it means what I think you mean,
It
that
does.
seems kind of mean.
Yeah, well, it's a last opportunity. She wasn't real receptive to diplomacy, so she said something about if you elves wanted to take a talk with her, she might listen better, but I tried.
So yes, maybe leave the talking for this time, at least, up to us elves, or half elves and elder elves. we will try and talk with
Yeah,
her.
well, she's over in the High Clan settlement, but she said she's going to report in the morning, so I presume that if she hasn't made clear to myself before sunrise, then friend over here is going to take care of business.
Let's hold off on taking care of business
Okay.
for just a little bit longer.
We're holding
Please,
off.
person
We're holding
who looks like they like to kill people.
Irvin will raise
yes.
an eyebrow and say, I don't like killing, but I'll do it if I need to.
Fair. I have also killed because I needed to. I didn't like to, but when I've needed to, I have done so. But yes, let us elves try and settle things first.
So, at this time, Yugwe here approach the elder of the clan here, who greets you with a polite bow. He will say, Greetings, lady. If we have not been formally introduced, I am Nizuthen Basalon. I watch over what was a village people. We lived for many years in the dark beneath before the terrors were unleashed, forced us to flee to the surface. What can I do for you today?
I don't know. I'm just want to learn more about you and your people and your struggle.
Well, I can say of our experience that it has been trial and a tribulation many times over. Simply put, 20 years ago, a beast of great terror barged through, tunneling through the dark beneath. It consumed the hive mind controllers of dark creatures known as mind flayers. Those aberrations then spread like ants, hungry for meals across the beneath, and disturbed a carefully balanced ecosystem. Now not only are there they, but other monstrosities and behemoths, beasts beneath. It is no longer a safe place. And so we fled to this surface. We eked out a living in caves near the village of Dalefen where we met these others. But we were discovered and hunted by our kin. The elves of the Forthane Forest on this continent. They tried to eradicate us and would have succeeded were it not for these people, heroic with their deeds. They helped us journey here. My daughter, Solani, her visions said that we should come here. We were assailed by many dangers on that way as well. But she is establishing a shrine of sort near the lake. Her visions took her there, said, follow the river to its end. We have discerned perhaps there is a passage into the dark beneath, where the water ends from this valley. We might seek to construct a beacon of sort and bring more of our kind to the safety of this place, in time.
And ultimately, you want to reclaim your homeland?
We want to be safe. We want to be free of hunting by monsters. We see fit to set down roots in this valley as the lands will have us.
They do need allies, but the Virgin Empire, I take it they're no friends of yours?
They are only enemies by proxy of our kin, that is all. We have no problem with them, and they have harried us indirectly only.
What can you tell me about this crusading elf, the son of the lord of the elves that I met recently?
I know little of him. The ambassador of the High Elves who surrendered herself to us as war prisoner after the battle at Dalefen. She would know more. She is taking care of her Axbeak on the south side, just outside of our encampment, if you wish to speak with her.
Kinda do. Well, as this isn't necessarily my place to offer, your state. We're all new to this valley as well, but you all seem like you've been through a lot repeatedly, and I'll do what I can.
Your acts
Principles.
are graciously appreciated. Gives you a light bow of his head.
Right.
So, Wei here has interest in speaking with Turaklir, the ambassador here. Before we come to that, do the rest of you have any other conversations or moments which you wish to explore?
There's a part of me that's wondering if Shael should ask for the super evil book back from the elder, just because if she never makes her way back here again, eventually she'd like to when she goes back home.
Shall
bring
we
it
note
with
it
her.
as before you leave, if you depart the valley, you'll be sure to come back here and discuss the possibility?
Yeah. Whether or not she'd take it with her now, I don't know.
Okay. All right then. Anyone else, or are we moving to speak with the Elven ambassador? All right, let's move on.
Does anyone else want to talk to her?
Yeah. Set the record straight.
You approach a woman who is tending to a great beast. The bill shaped like, well, its namesake, an axe. The woman turns to you as you arrive, gives a polite nod, and says, "Hello. I know some of you. Way here. I've not seen you in many years."
This has been happening with so much frequency lately.
Your memory
And
has
this
been
was never
cycled
really-
again, hasn't it?
So you know.
I know. I am Turaklir, ambassador for the elves of Forthane. I traveled with Ceravil Ulanthon, son of the Forest Lord, to Delphin. Ceravil invoked a blood rite that scarred those who struck him down. Till recently. His intent was to destroy the dark elves you see around us, the enemy of our kin by history.
They're really nice once you get to know them.
Yes, but do you repent for your sins, good lady?
I struck no blows, but what repentance has been made was my immediate surrender to you and my continued travel with you as prisoner till this time. And I'm
Can you-
attempting to avoid another racial conflict in this moment.
All elves are kin.
What are the-
That's what I was always taught. So we will all behave as kin.
Do you know about the schism between the elves? What turned these elves into, the drow and
I know that 700 years ago, a bloody war which lasted several centuries began, had several phases off and on. Much elven blood was spilled. The elves of the surface offered those from below many mercies and many chances for peace, and they were spat upon.
Interesting.
I will say no more at this time. I don't wish to belabor you. Your mind is still adjusting, I sense.
What? I can handle information. I want to know.
In this
My
time,
comrades
perhaps
here.
it is well for you to know that pivotal figures on the side of the Dark Elves were your parents.
Oh. Interesting.
But as regarding actions of more modernity, the scout captain of the Forthane Forest is here. She knows of the Dark Elves' presence and those who were cursed with the blood of Saraville. She intends to, using a stone, report to her Lord of the Forest, and will do so in the morning if she is not convinced otherwise.
And you wouldn't do that?
No, I have attempted to evade further conflict. More blood does not need to be spilled.
Didn't trust that other elf anyway.
It was I who convinced her to forestall her report until the time of the end of the battle.
Thank you for that. Is it really just... I don't know. Okay, well, we have to deal with this then.
Okay. So, let's step out and away from this moment. Let's return to our map and observe our various options.
Quickly though, would Dirk know about Rose and Shael's plan?
Would Shael
Assassination?
inform Dirk? And yeah,
Okay. I don't know if I was there, like out of character for.
not necessarily.
All right, so just so I understand, so in turn, Shael would understand.
I think it's fair to say that Rose would fill Dirk in on the details. Yes.
Yeah, Rose doesn't have any qualms about just randomly murdering people, whereas Shael's a little bit more like, let's try and avoid that for a moment.
But I think in the course of events that might be a necessary, I don't want to say evil, but a necessary, not good thing to do.
So the one that they're talking about killing to stop her from getting her report to someone. The someone is the father of Hot Shirtless Dude.
Correct.
Who went all like, I'm just going to kill you dark elves, grr. And we
Yes.
killed him back. And then we're blood cursed, but we cured the blood curse. So that's fine. What reason does she have to, I don't know, like maybe we could get her to change allegiances or at least be neutral about it
Her
and
reason
not
is
report
duty,
back?
simply.
Yeah.
You can't reason with those elves.
That's a problem. That's not nice against all elves, Dirk. That's pretty mean to say.
So
But
I think it's right about time that we take our intermission, but before we do, why don't we re-examine what is available for us for the remainder of our session?
well, how much time left do we have before the lady sends her report? And how can she if we have her as a prisoner?
You have
we don't have her as a prisoner.
No, you do not. You have until the dawn. So there is the remainder of this day to speak with her. She is within the High Clan settlement, the scout captain that is. There is the Imperial cart, which may warrant investigation. There is the crash site of Epicrium. Other things may occur as well. So
Where's the captain? The scout captain?
The scout captain is in the High Clan settlement. I'll put a marker on the map after our break.
Yeah.
Let's say that we go ahead and kill her, assassinate her, whatever, because we can't change her mind. Wouldn't that kick something off anyway if she never reports back or they figure out that hey, she was killed?
I don't even think we have to go that far. We just have to show her that, there's like all these clans in this valley and they like the Dark Elves. So they let them in. And if they mess with the Dark Elves, they mess with all the other clans. And we can just show her
really hate
what
the
they're
Dark
capable of. And it's terrifying.
That they do, they don't listen to reason when it's like, we gotta kill those guys.
I get that, but we have druids that can cast the moon as laser beams. We have necromancer crazy witches that are terrifying. All right.
I cast
One of them-
T-Rex.
One of them makes a 40-foot tall war machine that breathes fire.
Yeah,
One of them's an emotionally unstable 15-year-old kid
Like she can
with
go home,
access to an evil book.
but like she can go home and she can tell them about the Dark Elves. Just tell them about everyone else. That's just the only condition.
Think on this during our break. We will be back in 10 minutes, everyone. I will see you all soon. And we are back, everyone. Let us continue. We have discussed that the next point of action will be this cart traveling to the Virgin Empire under their escort from the Mage Tower in the south, presumably. So, traveling from the Dark Elf settlement, your party will find their way up into visiting the road where, for some of you, the journey began. Find
Memory
yourselves here.
Edenville.
Scouts of the valley waving to you, signaling your arrival, and pointing towards what is now a cart slowly rolling its way along the road. You can see a makeshift bridge must have been constructed by the Vergent invaders to bring their cavalry across this river. How would you like to approach this situation?
Dirk's just going to stroll.
I'm gonna keep up with Dirk. I like his style.
Yeah,
Don't
me
worry,
too.
guys. I'm used to impromptu inspections of cargo.
Dirk, if things go off the rails, I'm going to hypnotize them.
These are my people here. Kind of.
It's still the same day, but I'm sure 8 hours have long since passed.
No, 8 hours have not passed.
Oh,
You're still good.
okay, that's nice.
Halt there! Dirk will call out.
The Inquisitor riding on horseback at the head halts and turns her head and says, Paladin of Stamos,
Yes.
what are you doing so far south?
Restoring order to the lands as I am wont to do.
Good.
What are you doing so far south?
We're moving cargo. It's not of your interest at this time. As you look at this cart, you can see what is a sealed off with edge. This is not a cage per se, as some of you arrived in, but rather a large sort of metallic crate. What I will say is along the edges, you can see almost a purplish light softly spilling out.
What are you transporting? We've had a lot of issue in these lands. Disrupting, order.
Cargo for the Empire, from the tower. Again, it is not of your concern.
Well, it's good enough for me. Dirk has
Couple
nothing
notes.
left in it.
Shael, Guahir, Margie, those of you who aren't at the front directly face to face with these guys, perception checks. And Dirk, make sure you've checked that you're level 9 on your character sheet. Those hit points look a little low.
They're not.
Holy crap! A nat 20.
Maybe
I
They're
see the
not
future.
low. It's
They're
just
not
that
low. Why do
Natas
I gotta
has
worry
too
about my
many.
hit points?
It's because somebody should not be triple digits at level 9. So,
All right.
you
good,
know.
Good,
The con score's not good.
drowned in
I pick things up,
excellence.
I put them down.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Put my keys down!
Shelly, you notice several large figures that could be indistinguishable from stones on the mountainside had you not a keen eye. One here, and another here,
Well, shit.
that are watching this interaction take place.
She's gonna just kind of try and be very subtle and just boop 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 tap Margie on the shoulder. There are some very large, very scary looking creatures up there, watching what we're doing. Very large, very scary. I think we might be in trouble.
She
Inquisitor?
points them out.
Yeah, she can point
Like
them out
she'll
to you, yes.
do like she'll without pointing, she'll kind of go like with her face, like nod in the direction of the closest one. so as not to make it obvious that she spotted it.
Okay.
There's that's the closest one. There are others. Did I mention they are very large?
Inquisitor,
Yes.
you wouldn't happen to have any knowledge? I know you guys run about the Empire and things. Have you seen any interesting necromantic activities?
Dirk, maybe let these nice people go on their way, please, and
Oh,
maybe
this is time for
we
the
should-
adults to talk, Shelley.
I have not, but I
maybe-
would be happy to hear a report of any necromancers you've seen, Sir Knight.
We should probably be on our way, everyone. Kind people with your cart, and also.
Wait, I don't know what
Dirk.
this Inquisitor is implying.
I want to know what's in the box.
I feel like Natas this entire time is like silent because he's confused at what to do, but his eyes are just like darting all around because everyone's giving so much direction.
Hey, Inquisitor! I'm gonna yell.
Oh,
What's
God.
in the box?
She'll glare towards you and say, "Nothing of your concern, elf."
Dirk, I really think if Stamos were to talk to you right now, Stamos would tell you to let these nice people go on their way, and we should also be on our way. You wouldn't want to disappoint Stamos now, would you? No, you would not. Good day, people
Inquisitors
with
will
your
say,
cart.
Moving the carts along the road continually.
Now that they're going on their way, we should all be going on our way. Somewhere
Why is he
other
rattled,
than
Shelley?
here. Oh, well, you know, things, very, very large, scary things up there on the hills watching us. They're very large and very scary, and I think we should all go now.
And she'll kind of do a.
Enough of you are looking at them at this point that this one near to you has caught eyes with one or two of you. At least one of its heads, which looks... and then the other head kind of looks towards it and goes... And it goes... And it just keeps looking at you. It doesn't attack.
Dirk's gonna step closer to the carts
Cart
as they're
keeps
driving
moving.
off.
Yeah?
He's not gonna do anything. He's just gonna kind of more inspect the caravan as it goes by. If there's any, I don't know, body parts or something.
I
just
don't
has a
see
purplish
anything.
glow.
Just it's like if a box from the corners, the rims of it was just leaking a little bit of light. They continue along their way if they are not interrupted by you.
You've seen a cart before, Dirk. That's nothing new.
I don't know why, but this seems
How did Stamos feel about murder?
not great.
They kind of move, and their attention's like kind of back to the road. I want to detect magic on the box.
Okay. What are you attempting to discern?
Trying to get a feel of whether or not whatever is in there has like a magical property, or the box because the glow is interesting to me, and I want to see if there's like a ward on the box itself, or if I can get a
Okay.
feel for what it is inside.
Oh, I also have a class thing, Divine Sense.
Uh-huh.
In action, I can open my awareness, detect evil forces.
Okay.
I know the type celestial, fiend, or undead.
I'm gonna play a little bit loosey goosey with some specific rules here. I never use detect magic the way it's worded. Both of you, I'm gonna
fine.
give the same information. You can sense not only verdant crystals that adorn this crate, providing some level of dampening, perhaps, as they have been on cages in which have been traveled, such as the one just here, within which 4 of you arrived. Well, 3. A lot of Philip's not here. What you sense seeping out of the edges of this box is perhaps I'll describe as a scent, although it does not smell, but you sense. It is a scent to you, Margie, which is unpleasant but unfamiliar. To you, Dirk, you recognize instantly the stink of blood magic.
Oh God. Okay. Hey guys. I have to insist. I have to inspect the cargo. I'm so sorry,
The
but it's a
Inquisitor will
religious thing.
Stop
you
her
know.
horse as the cart continues to move forward. She will say,
Um,
"No, you don't need to inspect it, Sir Knight. Now,
you really don't,
Leave.
Dirk. You really don't.
or this is going to get a lot worse for you."
Yeah, for all of us, Dirk, and lady person on horse, things are about to get a lot worse.
I'm
if we
afraid
don't
I
all
have
leave.
to. Why do you have to hide? You can't let me know. I'm one of you guys.
For you guys.
The Inquisitor at the front of the cart looks back towards the driver with a look of almost concern on her face. At this point, they're and Dirk, what are you doing?
I'm waiting. I'm just continually walking along, waiting to get if they give me a response.
This
Depending on what
Inquisitor
they
is just
say
saying,
next.
it would not be in our. This crate should not be disturbed.
Well, I don't want to get, bring the order into this, and the whole army of Stamos soldiers I have at my beck and whim. But I must insist that I
Whoa!
just take a peek.
Is this getting cast, Mark?
On the driver.
Oh my God.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh my goodness.
As surreptitiously as possible.
Okay.
While that's going on, Shaya's gonna start stomping over to Dirk.
Okay. So is there a save or it's a wisdom save, right?
Yeah, it's a wisdom save. Yeah.
Dirk is just like batting child away, like, get out of there.
Oh, this is wonderful chaos. All right. Wisdom save. 14.
cast.
DC is 15. The spell succeeds.
Sorry. How does the back person react to seeing Margie cast Dominate Person?
Roll a sleight of hand check, Margie.
If they even realize that's what's going on. If they're too focused on Dirk.
Oh, that's bad.
Okay.
Not bad for both one.
This is for perception. No, that is the wrong sheet. I need to roll off the Inquisitor sheet. 12, fail. Does not notice the spellcast. The driver is dominated. Do you want to issue her any command such as stop?
She hears a voice inside her head just saying, "You should stop and hear this man out."
Okay, and the cart immediately stops, and the Inquisitor at the front says, "What are you doing? We have to move out of here." And that Inquisitor seems to glance up towards the mountain ridges, where you
I'm
can
sure
see...
your driver realizes, that what's best for everyone involved is I can be assured that there's nothing evil going on here.
Maybe we could bring.
as
Maybe we could bring the cart to the valley.
Oh, yes!
That cannot
much
happen,
as a 15-year-old
says this Inquisitor.
child with an 8 strength can possibly do. Shael has a death grip now on Dirk's arm and says, Dirk, if we don't all leave now, that army you were just mentioning that you don't really have. You don't have an army, but you're going to need one because there are some very large, very big, very scary creatures up there on the rocks who have been watching us this whole time, and they have 2 heads, Dirk. You only have 1. They have 2, and they're very large. We should go now, or else we might all die here.
Those are just carving in the rocks.
Two of the heads of two of the Ettins go, "Hmm?" in response to that.
Dirk's eyes are- he's like,
Margie says,
this is important.
telepathically, she says, "Get off the cart and approach the man."
The driver's gonna climb down and walk towards Dirk.
Yes, Driver, just show me what's in the box and you can go on your way.
She'll look towards Margie. And she'll start walking towards the
Let's
back of
open
the
the
car.
box.
And the Inquisitor will say, "What are you doing?" Driver does not respond. As the driver pulls out a set of keys and begins to unlock a series of locks, and the Inquisitor draws from his
I got
side.
dominate person on this.
Oh my god!
Also, Dirk doesn't realize any of this is going on. He
Oh,
only
yeah,
sees
no.
the
Yeah.
driver is.
My
Oh, no.
god.
All
Rolled a
right.
23.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh
As you cast this spell, the Inquisitor's neck snaps. She was drawing a sword to point towards the driver to instruct her to stop what she was doing. But then that gazes directly upon you, Gwayhair. She says, "Mage!" And I need you to roll initiative.
That's me.
Everybody.
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 Fuck me with my +1 initiative. That's great.
Zero.
Everybody, including
Yeah.
the
Oh,
Ettins.
nice.
Hey,
The
if it makes
only
you feel better,
sensible one.
I get a roll with advantage. I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Fuck.
You with your 100+ hit points, you'll be fine. Some of us won't be.
One, two,
Dirk
three,
Stamos
four,
is very
five.
disappointed in you right now.
Now, Stamos would want Dirk to figure out what's in this box.
Yeah, no, of course, but it's like, can we please worry about the big scary things up on the hills?
Okay.
Like, come on now.
Gwayhair, you act first, as you've clearly, in your failed spell, earned the ire
Oh.
of this Inquisitor.
I think this was a big old misunderstanding, and I'm gonna cast Suggestion on the Inquisitor.
Another wisdom save?
Yeah.
18.
Oh.
Oh yeah, no, my
Yeah.
Garnus is like, well, I'm gonna like, how far down is this ledge?
That ledge, that drops down probably about 5 to 10 feet.
I'm gonna slide down this ledge, and while I'm doing it, I'm going to say, "For Stabos!" and I'm gonna use Bardic Inspiration on Dirk.
Power slide.
Okay. So as Gwayhair slides down here,
Yes.
that brings us to Dirk's turn. What do you got?
Okay. Is the sword being drawn, or is it drawn?
Sword is out and in the hand.
There's no need for this. What's going on? Your driver's simply going to show me what they want, just in the box.
As this happens, the doors swing open, revealing within a crystal glowing purple.
Extra powerful stuff.
I'm like this. I'm like, it's so pretty.
It resembles, in its craft, close to a virgin crystal, but looks
Ugh.
different.
What the hell is that? Dirk's not gonna attack anybody. He's just in awe of the crystal.
All right,
That's his turn.
the Inquisitors are up.
Damn it, Dirk.
She's gonna ride to here. Actually, she's gonna hop off a horse. She's not gonna deal with a horse in this situation, and just rush to the edge right after Gwayhair. And this is the male Inquisitor, nonetheless, diving off the edge, coming into melee range.
We're gonna try and grab this person.
Yeah, Shelly could have taken an attack of opportunity. if
I
wanted.
would have had an opportunity of attack here.
You would, yes.
So
Wait, is this the
I'm
person
going
who
to
was up here?
non-lethally try to grab them, like bear hug.
Athletics check. Ooh.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
You grab hold
Let's get
of
the 5.
the man, who stretches his sword arm out and says, "Let me go."
Please, find it in your heart to not be so angry.
And is going to attempt to break your grapple. I need another athletics. Oh, easy.
I got +8.
See it? Oh yeah, you need to crit fail. right, so this person is presently grappled by Dirk.
Calm down!
The other Inquisitor is going to leap off of her horse and rush over, saying,
Nah, crap.
"What is to happen?" Drawing her blade. And that is
there goes my idea.
the end of that turn. But this brings us to a tie. What is your initiative bonus, Margie?
+1. I
You're
believe.
up next.
Yes. All right. Margie. All right. So, as my action, I'm gonna keep my concentration and take total control of this heading of the driver,
Okay.
and I want to move. I want to move her up and cut the reins on the horse to the cart.
Okay. So you're commanding
I wanna-
her to
So I'm not-
do this.
So I want to, in the thing it says I can use my action to take total and precise control of the target. So I don't want to suggest. I want to use my action to
Yeah.
make sure that she can cut through it.
Okay. She's gonna draw her sword and slash right through those reins, and the horse is gonna as it is detached from the cart.
And then I'll just cast Shillelagh as a bonus action on my rhyme staff and kind of try and hunker down behind this snowdrift here.
It's the wrong thing. There we go. It's on the immovable layer now. Good. So you are hunkering down behind this drift. Okay. From the snow atop this hill, you all witness another form rise. Larger and taller than the others you've seen before. With skin of blue, this creature stands at a full height of perhaps 20 feet and points an arm down towards you all and says, "Ah!" Do any of you speak giant? Take that as a no.
Nope.
No.
Now,
The Ettins leap to action. This one moving in to attack you, Natas, with a great club twice. 25 to hit on one attack.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
And the others are going to hurl rocks. From here and here. Target is going to be Dirk. And this is here, not set up as an attack. This is a small boulder, just thrown towards you. Make a dex save.
But I'm not good at dex.
How to
All
hit
right.
Paladin 101.
And then make me another dex save. So you're going to take 6 points from the first rock thrown. Half damage. And then 10 points from the second. And then this one is going to throw stones towards Natas. 2 dex saves for me, please.
Take these with advantage.
Okay.
14 and a 13.
Both succeed. So you take half damage from both.
Hey.
This frost giant is going to bear a great axe on her shoulder and in her left hand begin lifting a large rock out of the ground, preparing to throw it. Natas, you're up.
All right. Good to be back at it. Rage, reckless, Grey Wolf Master. Advantage and Grey Wolf Master. Ooh. 13 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's 22 damage.
Good.
And
that
I end
all?
my turn.
All right. Shael, you're up. You're muted.
You are muted.
Oh, sorry, because I was blowing my nose. As she's gripping her wand in her hand, she's gonna look around at all you adults and say, "Maybe next time you'll listen to the 15-year-old when she tells you it's time to go." And she's gonna level her gaze at this one. And all right, let's see. This is the first time doing this, so let's see how we do. Did that go through the thingy? No, it didn't show up in the thing, did it? Oh, here. That's why. All right. He's within 30 feet. So we're going to try and do blight on Big Ugly here.
Half
Crap.
damage. Roll me damage.
Okay. That's fine. 8d8 here. I didn't add this as a... No, not... Hold on. Let's do 7 more. Where are we? Oh, we want 7 more of those. Roll. Okay, so 36, half of 36 is 18. So it's gonna take 18 necrotic damage.
Okay.
He's not considered a plant, so that doesn't.
All right. This Etten gives a roar as it takes damage.
Yeah, and
Right. Anything else?
she wants to kind of get the heck away from the area. But she doesn't have a whole lot of movement. Yeah, so this cart here, it's all smashed up, but is there anything, is it flat to the ground? Or is it kind of tipped over?
No, there's some cover there. But yeah, it's on the ground.
Cool. She's gonna hide under the cart.
Cool. It's not a hit.
And that's it for right now. Because I can't remember what bonus action she's got. None, I don't think. No. Oh, Spirit Shroud's a bonus action.
Okay.
I forgot that does. So, yeah, no, for right now, she's done.
Your allies from the Valley of Rain are moving into battle, but their first volley of ranged attacks had no effect. Go here, you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern on the 2 ends that are still on the cliff.
Okay.
So they have to make a, I think, a Wisdom save. I'm
17.
gonna use my my thingy. My
Thingy.
Philosophy Band? Is that it? Yeah.
Cool.
So they both fail. They're both
All right.
hypnotized.
Excellent. Very
With
good.
my bonus action, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to myself.
Okie dokie. Dirk, you're up.
Dirk is still holding the Inquisitor. See, now we're being attacked! Defend us and yourselves.
Attacked
gonna
by
throw
whom?
this.
Attacked from multiple directions!
We're your allies!
I do not believe you.
Whatever. As Dirk's just gonna... Dirk's gonna try to throw him at the crystal.
Alright, athletics check.
I have Bardic Inspiration. Oh. I don't think it's gonna help.
You try but the man resists your toss.
Whatever, I just leave him. I just let him go.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run over here.
I'll say that took your bonus action to try and do.
Alright. And I'm gonna make my 2 attacks.
Alright.
And one of them's gonna be Divine Smite.
Okay.
So he lifts up the hammer,
This creature's now bloody.
dealing an additional 12.
Excellent.
Bright light bursts out as his hammer knocks his neck out.
Roar! Gasps the creature.
That's my turn.
Inquisitors are up. This one is going to rush to her horse and look up towards the giant and say, "Mercy!" And the giant cracks her neck to look towards the Inquisitor, narrows her gaze, but watches as the Inquisitor rides away, turning her look back towards those of you assailing the cart. That Inquisitor will escape.
For now.
This one is going to rush in this direction now and slide down the hill. This horse is going to flee in this direction. And this horse on the front of the cart is just going to run up the road. Right here. The Inquisitor is going to swing out a longsword towards you.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah. This is that. Cool. So, longsword attack. 22 to hit. And then I need you to roll your concentration check at disadvantage, because this creature has Mage Slayer.
Bruce. Why are you hitting me? I'm paralyzing the Ettins, you idiot. Alright,
And
I
then
succeed.
a second attack with the offhand, 10 to hit.
10 misses me.
Okay. With a dagger of Vergent Crystal. The driver of the cart kind of looks towards Margie for instruction. And your turn comes, Margie.
See, I'll tell her. Probably just to help us fight.
Okay. So she will begin rushing in this direction. She'll dash to get in range.
And then I'll send off 2 Eldritch Blasts at the hurt Ettin.
Okay. Hit for 8.
Ooh.
Crit for a kill. And down it
Alright.
goes.
Proud of you. Somewhere a blue-haired dwarf is proud of you.
The Ettins are up. And you still have concentration, Ben?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so those 2 are still hypnotized. That means this frost giant atop the hill is the one which will act next.
Wait, there's a frost giant?
Oh yeah.
Was that there the whole time?
Yes. Well, not the whole time, but since combat started.
Cool.
And it is going to
Yeah.
move down here. And Shael, you were attempting to take cover in the cart, right?
Underneath it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, sure. Climbing into the wreckage. All right. Head into the
Yeah.
burrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Frost Giant is going to make an attack against Natas and the soldier. This attack has a splash component to it.
Yeesh.
24 to hit. The Virgin
Yikes.
Soldier is squished, and Natas, you take 34
Oh,
points
no.
bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
As a huge boulder encrusted with ice is chucked firmly in your direction. This giant is now going to walk up to the Ettin and shoulder it with a small shove. The Ettin stumbles, but is hypnotic pattern broken by being disrupted?
You have to use your action.
Okay, then that
It
doesn't
does.
work. The giant is trying to just get this fool into play. All right, Natas, you're up. What are you going to do?
No. Oh. Yeah, I can't make it, so.
I mean, let me put it this way. If you want to roll me an athletics check, you might be able to make it.
Okay. I'm down for the game. I'm raging, so I have advantage.
Are you
16.
looking to fly your way up to one of these guys?
I'll give it a go.
All right. I'm gonna say that you've got. How far was that roughly?
45 feet.
Yeah, you've got that. You've got that extra 15 feet you need to.
Only need 5.
Yeah. As you extend those wings from your shoulders. Is that what's happening? Yeah. So the back flesh of Natas sort of peels off a bit and falls away, revealing these fleshy hollows as from within them, wings of a bat emerge and flap away the viscera before causing him to swoop forward into battle. What do you got?
No sentinel this time to make it awkward. Reckless Crow Weapon Master. Do I want to do that? I think I'm gonna die. Yeah, fuck it. Reckless Great Weapon Master. 13 and a 19 to hit.
Okay. That is hits on the 19, of course. The first attack misses. 27 points. Alrighty. That's your turn.
That's it.
Jelly, you're up.
10-foot radius sphere. 10-foot radius sphere. I don't know if I could get all of them.
You don't want to hit the ones that are hypnotized.
Are these? I don't know who's
Yep,
hypnotized.
these two Etten are both hypnotized by Gwei here right now.
Oh, okay. Let's pretend that Shia would know that.
That's fine.
Because she's smart. Okay. 10-foot radius sphere. Anywhere in between Natas and Big Ugly.
Perfect.
We are going to Wither and Bloom, and let me see. I don't know what that even is upcast, but let's see how we do.
See ya.
Wither and Bloom. Roll20 is being kind of slow.
It'll do that.
I want to try and help heal Natas's. Well, no, it won't. You know what? Here, it's fine. Let's do 5th level. Okay. So, Wither and Bloom, Wither and Bloom, Wither and Bloom. Okay, each creature of my choice, being the Frost Giant, has to make a con save, DC 16.
Saves, takes half damage.
Okay, it's 2d6 upcast to 5th level. So, did it account for that?
Yep, it's in there.
Okay, cool. So it's gonna take half, but more importantly, to help Natas, one creature of your choice in that area can spend and roll one of its unspent hit die, regain those hit points back, +4. So, and if I cast it, Wither and Bloom, the damage increases, and the number of hits. That's what I cared about. I don't remember which book it's from, but it's pretty amazing.
How many hit dice am I rolling?
Okay, so I did
1.
The number of hit die can be spent and added to the healing roll increases by 1 for each slot above 2nd.
Oh.
So I went 3 slots above.
4.
So I did it to 5th level. So you get to roll that many hit dice plus add 4 my spell casting ability mod.
That's a really fucking cool spell.
It's an amazing spell.
It's powerful for a level 2 spell, which probably explains why it's from Strixhaven. Because all of the spells in that book are busted.
It's an amazing spell when it does what you need it to. Especially, I cared more about the healing than the damage. The damage is just like icing. I cared more about the healing.
Okay, so Natasha, you get to roll those hit dice and get all the hit points back.
It's icing on top of icing.
Icing on top of frost.
And then you get to add 4 for my spell casting mod, but I think I am that 1.
Basically healed.
Awesome.
Who's your best buddy? I am the 15-year-old who's hiding under the cart.
Natas is probably so confused at what just happened. He's like, I'm cool with it.
The ground underneath you looks pretty withered and stuff, but somehow the grass under your feet is like there's flowers. Go figure. And I think that's all she's gonna do for now, and just remain underneath the cart.
Okay.
So you're welcome, buddy. You are welcome.
In that case, it's going to be short bow and a reduce flame. Reduce flame will crit the Inquisitor that is attacking you, Gwei, here. 6. And
6.
we're back to you at the top of the initiative.
Cool. There's a guy right next to me.
Yeah.
And all of my spells that could incapacitate him require concentration that I really need to maintain on the 2 Ettins right now. So,
Disengage. Misty step.
I'm gonna ask him if he has any idea how much of an idiot he's being right now.
Says, you tried to control my mind!
What, like this? And I cast Vicious Mockery on him.
Wisdom save?
Yeah.
Save.
You bastard. I'm going to run 35 feet, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Inquisitor
On
Hunter is
him
going to
from-
swing out longsword. 18 hit for 11. Concentration at disadvantage.
Yes, but I'm going to roll that. Let's see here.
Ooh!
Cool, I'm going to use no, because I use Bardic Inspiration on myself.
Oh, and you can put that on a save? Yeah.
And I can put that on a save, so I maintain concentration.
Nice.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. Very good.
And then I'm going to Bardic Inspiration myself again.
Cool. Awesome. All right, that's your turn. Dirk, you're up. What you got? You got an Inquisitor
Dirk is-
here, and you got a Frost Giant up in the hills that Natas is fighting.
Dirk is going to run to this horse.
Another steed for Stamos?
Another steed for Stamos. I mean,
Hey, make an animal handling check. It's currently
Yes.
running in fear. Let's see what the horse thinks of that. I'm gonna say a low roll is good for you. The horse stops and allows you to mount it.
nice. And I will ride towards the danger. So if I would, he's then move on my turn. Like, can I move him
Yep.
for his movement?
You now have the horse's movement to add to your own.
Okay.
I started singing a song about the steeds of Stamos.
What's that? 50. I'm trying to get him up this hill here.
Okay, so that's gonna be from here.
Forget how much movement do they have? 60.
Yep, and they can dash. So you can, I'm gonna have you go to here, roughly. And then, make an athletics check, because you're gonna need to bound up the hill off of the horse, because this is like a steep ledge.
Bardic inspiration.
Do you have it?
I do.
Yes.
Alright, let's see it. It's gonna cost you a bonus action, but I'll allow you to get within striking distance of this frost giant.
Just launch forward. Ha! I can't do anything, I think.
You have an
Oh
action.
wait, no. Oh, you're right. I can.
You're down
I
a bonus
thought I
action if you had any combat abilities that used that.
It was an elaborate turn.
Taking some hints from a recent game release that allows certain actions to be bonus action casts, which I like quite a bit.
I'm also going to use another smite.
12 points.
And those 2 attacks. So it's 21 plus 7, 28 damage.
Excellent. This creature is bloodied.
Go back from whence you came.
Nice. The Inquisitor is up, and he is going to move along this stream, and then throw, open a pouch at his side and throw at you, Gwei here, as well as the other 2. And this is
God damn it! I want to use stupid grenades.
Yeah.
Merchant crystal grenade.
Ah.
God.
And you still have to make disadvantage on the saving throw.
Well, I gotta roll a dex save first, don't I?
Yep.
13.
Full
Okay.
damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the damage. No, wait, that'd be 14, so I have to roll a 10 on my save. Okay, cool. That I feel like I can
14.
do even without disadvantage. 9. Cool. I'm gonna use my Bardic Inspiration and turn that into a 10 for sure. And
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. That's he's the only one on the board. But he is going to, after throwing the grenade, make the rest of his movement, which how much does he have? He was here, so he's got 5, 10, 20, so he can go to here. Yep. Margie is up.
I'm gonna scoot around to the other side of this snowdrift and shoot 2 more Eldritch Blasts at the Frost Giant.
Okie dokie.
That was good
Neither
that
will
time.
hit, unfortunately.
Alright.
Okay. Alrighty. In that case, your turn is over, which brings us to your enemies.
Oh no.
Both Ettins are still incapacitated, and they don't get to make saves, right? They're just stuck, right?
For a minute.
As long as your concentration holds. Okay. The
Yeah,
Frost Giant has an expression of fury on her face, looking down towards the two of you who are now shoulder to shoulder before her, looking up with utter hatred towards the completely disabled Ettins. She likely doesn't understand who or what is preventing them from taking action.
They're being lazy.
She then takes a glance to her left towards that crystalline glow that is emanating from the opened crate upon the cart, and then gives a gasp. She pulls a runestone from her side and uses it to channel the casting of a spell upon herself, which causes her form to begin to transmute instantaneously into smoke.
Can I counterspell this?
Are you within range?
Good question.
No.
No.
Damn.
Can I
What's the range
counterspell
on-
it? Just kidding.
With my
What's the range on
axe.
Counterspell?
I didn't have you punch her
60.
Not
yet.
60 feet. Oh. 60.
I'll cast it.
Ooh!
Oh my god.
That's my
OP
last
party.
2 slots.
Okay.
And I'm casting it at 5th level.
Okay. You are going to need to make an Arcana check to succeed on this,
Okay.
as
What's
this is
the
a
Arcana check?
base 6th level spell.
I feel like you might as well cast it at level 3, right? Because it's in the same check
Oh,
regardless.
He's a
I
warlock.
have to cast it at 5. I didn't know if there was...
Oh, yeah, because you're... I always forget that you're not a sorcerer.
Sorry, you said Arcana?
Yes. Ooh!
Oh no! Oh no!
All right. That is going to be a fail.
Alright.
In that case, this frost giant is going to dissipate into a cloud of smoke or wind, frigid, icy wind, rather, that then ascends out of your sight. the
I
swirling
believe I
clouds
can
above.
make an opportunity of attack, even though they are in a gaseous form.
Yes.
Yes.
Attack.
Yeah?
Gaseous.
You certainly can.
We got a hit.
I got it. This thing.
We got a hit. Are you allowed to reckless attack on a reaction?
That's a hit.
That's a hit. The creature has resistance, but still takes damage.
And I have Sentinel.
You have Sentinel.
I got Sentinel, baby!
Okay. In that case, whilst still in a gaseous form, the frost giant remains presently here, which, as your warhammer latches into this cloud of wind, there is an eminence of silvery light. The power of Stamos keeps it in place.
Do I also get an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Oh, gotta milk it.
All right.
16?
That hits.
Gripes.
Creature has resistance, but still takes 13. All right, Natas, you're up.
Oh. Reckless, scurry over master. Shah.
One attack will hit
Always
for another
good one.
13. As you are striking at this cloud of icy mist.
Oh, and I forgot, he takes that radiant damage. Because I've been not rolling it.
I believe that is full damage from that. Damage. Oh. There's resistance to damage from non-magical weapons. Ah. Well, I misread that. That's another 26 points, and Dirk would have done the damage. This blow fells the frost giant as her form reverts to her humanoid shape.
Nice.
Oh, but Natas, you don't have a magical weapon, do you?
No.
Natas is
She's still up.
magical
She's
in his
still
own
up.
way.
Go up. All right.
But she's
Probably just
not
barely
hanging
then.
on by much. The radiant does full damage. All right, she's still going. Shelly, you're up.
Crap. I was really hoping that'd be the end
the
of that
fine
frost
print gets
giant.
ya.
Son of a beep. Okay. All right. That's fine. We're gonna do a thing. All right. We're gonna do a thing. Here. Oh. We're gonna try Ray of Sickness at 3rd level because I'm fancy.
That hits.
Okay. Yay. Things. Because I forget what my own spells do. Alright. On a hit, the target takes poison damage, must make a con save. On a fail, it is also poisoned. And I upcast it, so things.
It takes the full damage, resists the poison condition.
That's okay, but still takes 18 damage, yeah?
Yep.
Did I do 18?
Yes, you did.
Look at me being amazing. Yay!
Excellent.
And she's gonna make sure that she like scurries back underneath that cart. Like she pokes her head out, goes boop, 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 and like and sneaks back in. Like, I believe in you, Dirk.
She's still holding onto the gaseous form.
All
Alright,
right,
she's
so
helping.
the Inquisitor Hunter is going to make 2 con saves. As
She's
both of
helping.
the spellcasters from the Valley of Rain are casting Thunder Wave. So that's going to be 7 points. And then 15 points, which I believe will blast the Inquisitor back. He's getting knocked 10 feet away into the water.
River.
He is
Nice.
bloodied. Wait, here, you're up.
Don't kill him so we can question him!
Well, we need to get out of here so before these Ettins wake up. Oh, they got the crystal though. We're gonna have to kill those Ettins. All right, fuck it, guys, have fun. I'm gonna cast hideous laughter on the Inquisitor.
Fail.
Finally, cool. I'm gonna probably starts drowning.
Yep.
I'm gonna jump into the river and drag her out.
I think she's happy about it though.
Okay, you pull him out.
Sounds happy.
Him. I'm going to tie this guy up.
You have a rope, and your next turn, you will be able to do that. We'll take your action.
Sure, that's fine.
Dirk, you're up.
Dirk's gonna make an attack against the cloud.
That is a hit, and that will kill this frost giant as her form shifts. That
Nice.
cloud of icy wind reverting into her body that lays splayed across the mountainside, dead.
Then I'm gonna go here and I guess attack this guy.
Yep, they are no longer affected by the hypnotic pattern.
An 11 to hit.
So that will not hit. You miss by 1.
Ah!
The Inquisitor
You're done.
is unable to act. I believe that was all you have on your turn, Dirk.
Yep.
Okay. And this Inquisitor is... Let's see... Just stuck, right? End of each of its turns, it makes a wisdom save. Fails. Margie, you're up. 2 ends on the board.
I'll go for the one that Dirk's attacking.
All right. Miss.
Duck back down behind the snow.
Alrighty. The ends are up. This one's gonna... Giant dead? Oh. The one head looks to the other and says, "That mean we not get paid?" Says, "That's right. We done here." Tosses its club and tries to run away.
Awesome.
Are you going to attack it?
No, Dirk's just gonna let him run.
And this one says, "Huh? Job done? But Crystal's still there." It says, "No, idiot, we need to leave now." Okay. And both of these kittens are gonna flee. We are out of combat, as this Inquisitor is going to be bound by Gwei here, while it is fasted.
Dirk's gonna hop down and get on the horse. See, Shelly, nothing to worry about.
And drag the Inquisitor back.
The fact that I had to hide underneath a cart in fear for my own safety, Dirk, there was plenty to worry about.
All well that ends well.
Any items of note off of this frost giant?
The Frost Giant has a tablet, which it used to cast that
An iPad?
Windwalk
Oh.
spell, inscribed with giant runes. It appears to be a magic item of some kind, but you don't know how to use it.
Cool. I'm also just gonna. I see in the
It's
in the
also it's a
portrait in the-
tablet, like, very big. It's like 3 feet by 2 feet.
I think I see in the portrait.
Natas,
like,
do you got any games on your tablet?
I don't get it. I'm confused.
What are you looking at, Chris?
I see on the character portrait a nice like long white braid. Natasha's stealing that.
Excellent.
but
Alright.
he likes
As
the tablet.
as Shelly comes out from under the cart and she's like saying how like there was stuff to worry about, Margie she big sisters her, but in a mean, kind of a mean way, where she just tussles her hair. It's like, don't worry, you got nothing to worry about when we're around. Where she's trying to be cooler than she is to the younger kid.
Is this for petting Rookie? Is it for petting Rookie and fluffing up his fur? I get it.
In the background, Natasha's just walking around with the hill giant's helmet on, just like being a total child.
Yeah, it's Margie thinks that these two are kind of odd, but it's just because she's so inoculated to her own groups. She doesn't even notice that the helmet goofing on is going on back there. It's like, yep, that's the toss.
Perhaps it is my fault for not making things clearer before that we were in very horrible danger of all being killed. I'll do better next time, Dirk. I'll do better next time so that you fully understand that we're all about to be slaughtered. Luckily, we weren't, but I'll do better from here on out. But thank you for making me feel better. And yes, I do feel safe with everyone. Not you, Dirk, but everyone else.
So the giant purple crystal. That's
What about this giant purple crystal?
Has Shelly ever seen that before? She's
No.
seen green, no? But this color,
looks,
no.
It looks like a virgin crystal, but it's purple. And it's huge.
Ooh. Huh.
And it is the source of that magic that you sensed earlier, Dirk and Margie. That blood magic.
Do I sense now that it's like open out of the box? Do I get anything greater? I don't want to touch it.
While your class feature is inactive, you do not. But you would.
That
I'll touch it.
gives me a bad feeling.
Let's go back. Let's go ask this idiot what it is. I would have dragged this guy all the way over here.
Okay.
Hey, what is that thing?
I presume you've dropped concentration on hideous laughter.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, well, I would have done some damage to him dragging him over here.
Sure. I'll hurt him a little more. He will say, I don't talk to sinning criminals.
Hey, you attacked us, all right? I just had to take a look at the
The
crystal.
first blow was struck in the mind.
I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
Some save. Save.
Jeez.
Damn, you're strong-willed. Let's try that again.
Get out of my mind, mage!
Okay, let's do that one more time at 3rd level. I'm just having a mental duel with this man right now.
He fails. What are you suggesting?
I take a deep breath. That was tiring. What did he say? I don't what?
I don't speak to criminal sinners.
And he's also going to have to make a charisma saving throw because I'm casting Zone of Truth.
He is gonna roll that. Fail.
Can you tell these criminal sinners what that thing is?
Say. For what it's worth, I don't ask questions. I just do my duty to my empire.
What is the Empire trying to do with this? Or where are you taking it?
I don't know, I didn't know, I didn't ask.
You're so boring.
Wait, you don't know where you're going from here?
Where I'm going? I'm going to
Yes.
Virgin City.
To who?
Where's it?
This crystal is being delivered to the military complex. You wish to know? What? Why am I? What is this fell magic? Clearly
It's
slipping
this
under the
perfectly
influence of the
sanctioned magic.
the zone of truth.
You're under the influence of Stamos, who, if you're speaking the truth now, that means you have truth to give.
Where is it from?
It's from the Mage Tower.
Ah,
And you know
Hey.
nothing of its magical properties.
I don't know.
Well, you're not doing a lot to convince us to let you go.
Then kill me.
Let's toss
Okay.
him at the stone, see if anything happens.
Like,
It's frustrating.
Natasha just picks him up and just chucks him at him.
With hesitation, you were just waiting
Yeah.
for that.
Where are
Just
you
like, grabs him up
throwing
by the collar. He just like grabs him by like the back of his shirt, like right here, and just right
at
into the stone.
He touches it.
Into this stone?
Yeah.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
I'll assist.
Roll an advantage.
You guys both got one shoulder.
You kill him.
Huh? He like hits his head and dies.
Yeah.
God damn it!
I wouldn't have thrown it that hard. I'm not trying to like death spike the man. I just wanted to throw him into it.
Too late.
They say those of weak morality are weak constitutions, so.
They say that?
They say that. All right, so let's hook this horse up and.
Let's take this powerful necromantic artifact back to civilization with us.
I say let's go back to the Dark Elves. Maybe they know what it is.
You're just assuming that the Dark Elves know about evil shit? It's kind of presumptive.
They have a history. I'm not so dumb.
It's okay. I'm friends with dark elves.
I know like 30 of them.
I used
No,
to
I'm saying
date one.
let's take it to the Dark Elves because they're the only ones that I really trust in this area.
It's just because the stone's purple, they're purple. Margie, do you know anything about this rock? You're purple.
No,
All right.
smells bad, but
No.
not.
What is that
Have you
smell?
Have you heard of synesthesia?
You have synesthesia?
No, that was the description I got off of it. It smelled weird, but wasn't a smell, which I loved.
That's like when you use divine sense. You smell it.
Oh, weird.
So,
Yeah.
you have now concluded your investigation of the Imperial cart, discovered the strange crystal within, and co-opted the cart to return it to the Valley of Rain. As immediately mentioned, you may bring it by the Dark Elf settlement. Elder Nizuthen is not familiar with this crystal. It is not the same kind, despite being the same color, of crystal used in their torches. Is something else, something unfamiliar.
The dragons, are there still virgin dragons
Yes.
that we talked to? Yeah, I feel like they might be our best bet to eventually bring them up.
Okay. So it seems like the items remaining on our itinerary for today are visiting the Virgin Dragons, speaking with the scout captain of the elves, and then anything else? The Stimonium will have to wait for another day.
Fair enough.
I don't trust this demonium.
The Stimonium doesn't trust you.
Good.
Sorry.
So
I have abandonment issues.
let's suppose we're going by the High Clan settlement first.
And we're gonna cover up the rock too.
Okay, yeah, you can
With
you
that
can close the doors on it again.
Boss ass polar
Boss,
bear
yeah.
cape that giant had. We just throw it over the top. Like, yeah, we killed the polar bear. If you have really bad vision.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're going into the High Clan settlement then. And we're going to arrive this time through the south entrance. And I presume we are headed to speak with the elven woman, who is just ahead, speaking with several of the elders of the clans.
What the hell is her name?
Seapok.
Seapok. Seapok.
She will turn towards the group of you as you arrive and she'll say, "Oh, hi there! Are you here to speak with me about the same matter as the others? Which I've been trying to just
Yeah.
convince these elders that they should take a stance on."
What did they tell you? Or what did she tell you, guys? Just out of curiosity. Ask the elders.
The elders will kind of look to one another, and dwarf Honek will turn towards you and say, "We have been informed by multiple parties of the diplomatic crisis here in the Valley of Rain, which has offered asylum to these dark elves, will not interfere in the transmission of information." For the first time, perhaps ever, you can see a distinct frown upon the face of the chief of the Wayfarer clan. Zeepak looks towards you all expectantly with an eyebrow raised, saying, "So what? You're gonna try and convince me to be derelict in my duty? Like the others? You won't succeed."
Derelict as in not report the Dark Elves to your master?
That's what they wanted me not to do.
Okay.
What do you have to gain from all this? From more deaths, more dying?
A father has the right to know that his son has died, and by whose hands.
Is he gonna come down on the Dark Elves with a bloody vengeance like his son did?
I will not read the mind of the Forest Lord. He will do as he sees most fit.
To be fair to us and my hands, and the Dark Elves, we wouldn't have fought, and he wouldn't have died if he hadn't picked a fight.
Yes, think of the actions that'll cause from this. Of course, the father is going to, amass an army and attack, killing more elves on either side.
If it's a
You have a
righteous
chance
cause, you're all kinslayers. I'm speaking to you out of mercy.
I defended one type of kin over another because one of my kin was being very mean and unreasonable. And,
I should note, when she says all, she's looking at Dirk and Shelley, not the other three.
Yeah, my brother's still alive. All right, I didn't kill him by accident. Thank you very much.
What is the name of the leader of the elves that I met?
I'm going to consult.
Which one, the Dark Elves or?
No, the one that she's trying to contact.
Canthier Ulanthon.
Canthier. Okay, so
whom, as well as you recall, has been a lifetime friend of yours.
yes. Knowing that, I'm going to say Seepak. Canthier has been a close friend of mine. Not to sound like an old person, but since before you were born.
That's true.
If anyone is to break the news that his son is dead, it should be someone that he... I shouldn't say trusts, because I know he trusts you, but... Please,
Here.
I...
She unpockets the stone, hands it to you, and says, "If I'm not satisfied, I have to make a follow-up report."
I'll do it right here. I'll take it.
Okay.
No problem solved. Let's go home.
It was fucking walk out of the camp.
Natasha just grabs it and just
Sending stone.
strucks this thing in the
I
woods.
just hand it to Natasha, he breaks it in half. Just buries it.
I know, it's like more insulting. He just yeets it into oblivion. Like it just disappears.
It's like when the Team Rocket gets fucking
Yeah.
blasted off, just like a little shimmer in the sky. No, I kind of want to actually tell him that his son is dead. What do you think I should do, guys?
You shouldn't talk to me about parental advice.
It's going to start a whole other thing.
It's unfortunate that he died, really, but he also had no problem trying to kill us and the Dark Elves and everybody else who had nothing to do with the fight anyway. He was willing to kill a lot of people. So, in
Maybe
my
mention
mind,
you were really sorry.
no. Well, I was sorry, but I'm not anymore. He deserved what he got because he was willing to murder a lot of people, and he got what he deserved. So
I really wish I had taken Modify Memory and I would have just like used it and made her forget that she gave me the stone.
Stone's in your hand. Are you going to use it?
And maybe say something about the Order of Stamos backing the decision, thusly the Virgin Empire.
I mean, she's right there, so
Well, it's the truth.
that's fair. how does this thing work? I look like an old person trying to get a phone to work, and I'm just like,
she'll say,
Natasha's like right there. He's like, "Hey, just press the button right there."
she'll say, "Sela," or the Elvish word for send, and as she does, the stone ebbs to life in your hand, a light blue rune glowing, and you feel a connection is established. Go here. What are you going to say?
is this like a back and forth thing, or is this just like I
Yep.
send a message?
Yep. Back and
Canthier,
forth.
Canthier, are you there?
There's a pause and then a, I am. Is this your voice, Gwei here?
Yes.
Why do you speak to me instead of my scout captain?
I have some news that I thought I should be the one to break to you.
Deliver it to me then.
Your son is dead.
I have guessed as much. Tell
I'm
me more.
truly sorry for your loss.
How do you know of this? What do you know of this?
There's a difficult diplomatic situation developing. Your son, do you know what he died doing?
I know he was trailing dark elves. I know he found them.
He did. Nearly wiped them out. He was aided, or he was thwarted by some members of the I'm not
Members of what? Whom?
I look at Dirk. Should I a group of adventurers.
That was a don't say it expression from Dirk. Group of adventurers.
I want to be honest with this guy. I'm going to tell him about how the dragons helped us clear the valley, about how the Virgin Empire forces here were being led by a necromancer, about how we're not sure how deep the cult in the Virgin Empire is, but that they were trying to summon a deity named Orcus, and that we were helped in defeating these forces by the group of adventurers that killed his son, aiding the Dark Elves.
Were those adventurers afflicted any way that was sensible to your elven eyes and senses?
Afflicted as in cursed by his blood magic, his ritual.
Perhaps.
I don't know, were they? I don't remember.
Yes.
Yes, they were.
So they
Still.
are noble fools, as I understand it, rallying to the pitiful call of any who might call their need.
Yes, well, seems like a intractable problem, and they seem
What
to
of the
have
Dark
sided
Elves? Do you
the
know of their
underdogs.
whereabouts?
I do, although their aid, if not for the aid of this remaining clan of Dark Elves, we would not have been able to stop this ritual, and instead of having a band of Dark Elf survivors, we would have had them dead, but we'd also be dealing with some kind of evil god that would have been resurrected. The Dark Elves helped prevent that. So did the adventurers that killed your son. So you understand.
Orcus is a name known to me from my archives. He was a terrible demon king that ruled in the abyssal plain beneath. He was destroyed long ago, his rise would be ill for us all. Your actions are very good. We will not actively seek out vengeance against these foolish adventurers. Dark elves bear great problems to those who cohort with. And given that I understand their presence to be in this valley, and this valley is not part of Cadlia, I will remain here and allow them to remain there and their problems to harry those who live there. We will take no action. You may pass the message to my scout captain that she is to return immediately to the forest. But also, know this. If any afflicted by the blood curse set foot in Cadlia and are fallen upon by elven eyes, they are marked for death, as is righteous vindication for the death of my sweet Seraphim.
Look at Dirk and I go, thank you for your wisdom, Canthier, and actually, no. Again, I'm sorry for your loss, and I hope to see you soon.
May I speak
Maybe
with
ask about
Seepock?
crystals.
Ask about the crystals?
We'll ask him about other colored crystals.
I don't know. His son just died. I feel like this isn't the
Oh,
best
yeah, yeah.
time.
You didn't put it on hold, Quayer.
Oh, can you hear everything I'm saying,
May I
Canthier?
speak with Seepock?
I had to see Puck the Rock.
But you also put it on hold that you didn't tell Seapox.
Seepock will say, I have heard all that you've said, and I will return, First Lord. It is good. Wait here. I know not of crystals other than the virgent kind, at least since the regime of the Exaris. When blood magic
Right.
ran high.
I know a couple of dragons that might.
Yes, speak with them.
If you could do any research on Orcus, I'm worried that your allies in the Virgin Empire have some plot brewing, and I don't know how high it goes, so...
Perhaps when I have completed my grieving, I will. And you watch as the blue glow dims from the stone, the conversation. Seepock nods, says, I will leave immediately. I've spent enough time in the presence of death dealers. She gives a respectful nod to the two elders and slight bow. Begins to depart.
That could have got better, but I think that was a good outcome.
I think we almost murdered her.
Yeah.
Yes. About that, how do we very quickly let the assassin person and Rosie know that we don't need to have her taken care of? I believe was the wording. We need to let her go and not try and murder her.
We'll say that with fair ease you can alert her. The sun has not yet set, and Seepock is already leaving. You will have time to make this communication and then still make the journey to meet with the dragons. Now, you can't necessarily get the cart all the way up to the source. Would you want to ask them to meet you somewhere?
The dragons?
Dragons?
Yeah.
Do we have a way to communicate with them?
No, you'd be going to them.
We'll use
Oh,
smoke
we would go
signals.
up to them and then ask them to come to the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah.
We could do that, right?
Yeah, I'll go grab them. I can grab the dragons. Come back with them.
Okay.
And actually, yeah. So you know what? That would be good because Shiel would like to ask the dragons if they think the purified water would help tortured sea elf souls pass on. So that's handy.
Okay. So you're gonna ask the dragons to just come here? Okay, we can arrange that. But a moment. And it's here.
Look at us not murdering people and actually handling
job.
things in a proper adult way.
I
Whoa!
mean, Nataz did just crush a man's skull like 20 minutes ago.
Details.
You win some, you lose some.
If you
I did. Yeah.
You did do that.
I listen. Sometimes things happen. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, to be fair, that guy was like had it coming, but we definitely murdered him. Like that wasn't not a murder.
Yeah.
Natas, you will be able to make your way up to the source and convince one of the two dragons to come back to the High Clan settlement. At this time, they will give you the basic understanding that they are remaining here at this time without specific instruction, but ensuring that the shard of the heart of Virgos is well treated. Coming now to the settlement and to confer with you all is one of these dragons.
Fuck yeah.
It flies down and lands upon the ground right next to you, Natas. A creature of green vergent crystal, like that which adorns many of the arms, armor, buildings, jewelry, and other make of the Vergent Empire. This creature looks down towards you, Natas, and says, "What have you for me to see?"
We found another crystal, but it's apparently reeking of death magic, blood magic, and kind of wanted an expert's opinion on the matter.
The dragon will make its way around to the back of the cart towards the open door.
I should come back. The last person who touched it died upon impact. I didn't throw him very hard.
He broke his neck.
He says that in Draconic, so no one else knows.
He broke his neck on the fall. You can be sure of that.
It's not the fall that kills you, it's a sudden stop at the end.
The sages of the valley look with some amount of amazement at this creature. Very rare. Its ancestor, perhaps, being a semi-deistic figure to these people. The dragon now looks within the cart at this purple crystal. Says, holding out one of its crystalline palms, feeling the crystal. Moves it and looks towards you and says, "This is not, though it appears to be, and likely would function akin to, a vergent crystal. Made to be like it. Grown, but not naturally like ours. This has a scent of magic to its make."
They're making a synthetic Vergent crystal with blood magic because they're running out of crystals.
They have been mining for many years in the mountains. We have kept what crystals remain to the heart of the dragon spine. It is entirely likely that they may have mined out their sources of our sacred crystals by now.
It's not very Stamos of them.
That's so Stamos.
Don Stamos?
Why would they be making the crystals here, though?
I think that they're starting to like run out of the crystals, or they're using
Yeah.
them more than they ever have before, and that's why they're doing all this creepy shit with abducting
Yeah.
people and bringing them to the tower, is to make
they're
more of
doing
these
it-
crystals.
Oh, and it came from. Did he say it came from the Mage's Tower?
Before
And
he
it was going
died, the
to
captive
Virgin
did.
City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
We.
that's where we were going. That
That's
could have been
right.
us.
Okay. That's right. Where is that? Do we know where that is in relationship to the valley?
Yes, let me show us the simple continent map. You're at the Valley of Rain. This pass to the Frozen Wastes leads directly to the Mage Tower, which is a short jaunt into those wastes. An inhospitable environment, but not too far from the edge of the pass. Virgin City, of course, is in the north.
Okay. That's just a question.
It went from the Frozen Wastes into the Valley of the Rain. Oh no, that's just the corner. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Have you any more questions for the Virgin Dragon?
Yes. Once they're done talking super important crystal things,
Excuse me, dragon, very kind dragon. Would you happen to know if I were to take some water that had been cleansed with the crystals, um, could it be used to purify tortured souls of sea elves that are currently trapped? Um, um, could I use it somehow, or maybe lead them to the water to maybe help them pass on and no longer be tortured souls?
This continent has forgotten for long great Virgos the Purifier. Our father, a dragon of magnificent scale, whose bones became the roots of the Dragon Spine Mountains that run along the northeastern border of Cadlia. The chunk of crystal that purifies this water source is a shard of his heart. Virgos' breath cleansed all, purified all. It rended apart all which was impure, which was destructive in his life. But in his death, his essence has made this water and what it touches pure. You brought this water, cursed spirits may wash away those curses. But it would be best to bring them here.
I would really like to, but last time I saw them, they were in a cave, and I don't really know if they could leave the cave, or if they are trapped there. So I thought if they couldn't leave, maybe I could bring some of the water to them. But I don't know how much water I would need.
It could work. It could be done.
Then I will try to bring the water to them, and if that does not work, I will try to bring them to the water. That thank you. That I had made a promise, and I try to keep my promises, and I promised them that I would help them.
I will be gone then. It flaps its wings. Its conversation's here concluded. Returns to
the thing weren't so
source.
large, she would have tried to pet it on the head, but it's a big freaking dragon, and she's a tiny kid, so. She will not ask the dragon if she could pet it on the head. That seems rude.
So then, is there anything else that you all would care to discuss in this time, particularly regarding your trajectory in our about to begin third act of our story? Where do you believe you will want to go next? What do you believe you'll want to do next? Is there more unresolved business in this valley, besides several obvious points of interest?
Okay, hey. Not you guys, the cats. How close are we to the water?
To the ocean?
No, the purified water.
There's a stream that runs just outside of the settlement you're in right now.
Well, that's handy. I don't suppose they have any I don't know, barrels or something that maybe they could spare.
It's possible. They could possibly set you up with that if you wanted.
All right. At some point, that's another, knowing that there's water nearby at
Personal
some point,
quest.
that's a thing she needs to do.
Something
Yeah.
to work on. Good.
Yep.
Right. David?
Okay.
I'm gonna want to head to the Virgin City to inspect more of possible contamination amongst Virgin Empire.
Excuse me.
Actually, wait, hold on a tick. Do we have any stamonite stimonium with us?
Yes.
Or is okay. What would happen, Dirk, if you used some of the crystals that we found? What if we tried to take these weird purple crystals and either pour some of the purifying water over them, or maybe touch them with some of Stamos's crystals to see what happens?
Maybe the stimonium could purify this noxious purple crystal. Guess so, but it'd be risky.
Well, we won't do it here around other people, just in case.
Experiments to be done. Okay.
Because what if we could turn the purple crystal that gave everybody a bad feeling into a green crystal, which is a good purifying crystal?
Could be tried.
I'll have to consult with you know who.
Oh, yes.
Lapinor?
Like to Shael is, let me go consult with my father, my grandfather, and it's like, oh wait, Dirk wouldn't consult with them.
All right. So, and the rest of you? What that's have you going forward?
We gotta do the frozen waste. Figure out where these crystals are coming from and why. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are dying to get them made.
I want to go to the Baron's fucking house. I want to go to the city. I want to break into his house.
Oh yeah.
Is this all right? So wait, this is in Virgin City, which is where Shael is actually from. That's her home city.
Yeah.
Does she know this Baron, and does she know where he lives?
You
And she can
do not know of him?
But
Your family might.
Yeah. So she wouldn't be able to go looking the way she does. She'd have to do a thing, especially going back to the city. So if that's what we're gonna do, she's gonna need a moment to not look like herself. But she'll worry about that if that's what we decide to do.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how wanted am I?
4 to 8, depending on who.
Okay.
Wait, since when?
That's pretty wanted.
How are you wanted? What did you do?
Well, I have a very successful instrument shop in the city. and I might have used some enchantment magic to get some preferential sales that, and that went poorly for me.
Ah.
I burned down a tavern. It was an accident.
I don't think I should be hearing this.
Was it though?
I have no recollection of it.
Stamos, they really didn't understand that I'm a sovereign citizen.
Just called him Stamos.
Royalty.
My gosh. Yeah,
How about you, Mark?
just what do we do?
Mr. Stamos.
I would definitely still like to check out those meteorites and probably at some point pick Dirk's brain on them because she's still intrigued about that and her connection to her dreams. And then I feel like she agrees with the Natas to try and find out where those crystals came from. I feel like that's what she's being drawn towards.
Okay. So it sound and Ben, where were you interested? Were you interested city?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So at this point it's looking like Shael, Gwe here, and Dirk are presently interested in moving towards Virgin City to investigate there. Margie and Natas are interested in investigating the frozen wastes. As to how that resolves, that will obviously have something to do with personal scheduling. But this at least gives me an idea in mind of your intended trajectory, outside of conflicting circumstances, of course, which, as ever, may arise. But with that in mind, is there anything else within this Valley of Rain which you would wish to do before you go to your rest for the night?
I am freaking sleepy.
Let the assassin guy know that he could stand down and not go murder the messenger lead. Like literally don't kill the messenger.
Call it done.
Cool. And if Rosie wants to pout about it, she could pout about it. But let's not murder people all willy-nilly.
I think Jake will be very happy that his character doesn't, even if by only association, have the guilt of an assassination.
Yeah, I put a message in the chat for him in the Facebook chat. So when
Excellent.
he reads it, he'll know. Yeah, Shael's happy to go wherever. She's not exactly wanting to go back home, but there's a part of her that's kind of curious if while she's back home, if she could just like reach out to her family for a moment.
Verdant City is a big city,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like it's always common in D&D lore that like in a big city, there's always like a kind of like a hidden little gateway to hell.
Not in my city, there isn't. How dare you?
Could he put down his map of the Verdant Empire and then put down his special map, and maybe try to see if
Whoa. Special map?
What special map?
his little map of the entrances to the hells that doesn't really make any sense to anybody. My incoherent scribblings.
I see what you're angling at. There's a possibility of that. I'm going to get back to you on it.
Okay.
But there's
We
interest
should enter
there.
the city in style.
Okay. Interesting. Were you seeking to traverse from somewhere else to Virgin City?
Yeah, we pop in there, and then we can
That
ignore the problems that we would 100% run into at any gate at every part of the city.
Well, that is an interesting possibility. I'm sure it would give Dirk a heart attack, but we'll keep it in mind.
Just don't tell
It's
him.
a good idea. All right, so Natas, Shael, you're set. Dirk, anything else today?
No.
Right here?
Hold on. If we are going to go back to the city, she will get the crazy evil murder book back from the Elder of the Dark Elves, and she will find a way to sneak it to Grampy when they get back to the city.
Good to know.
Because it'll be in safe hands there.
And trying to think. I don't think I have anything else I need to do.
Okay. And Ben?
I'm solid. I mean, I could play around in this fucking sandbox for a while. Chat people up, but I think I'm done for the night.
Let us all then to a rest. And as you go to sleep, you feel as if your presence is pulled into a realm of dreams.
What? That guy was gone.
And as a mist almost overtakes your rest, your vision becomes focused upon a central figure. A great creature is akin in ways to some of you to one which you've seen before, but its eyes are of a green crystal. It is weak, wounded, laying upon a ground. There is no such ground. Its chest heaves, great marks, healed and unhealed, of rends are across its flesh. It is bleeding, and the scent is on the air. 5 deer, silver and golden eyes, encircle this wounded beast, protecting it, while all around circle hungry wolves, looking for a meal. As they move, the deer grow ever more and more anxious. Some of them seem flighty. One of them seems to be directing the others, and a third that your attention notices seems to be itching for a fight, stamping its hooves against the ground. And then it charges, spearing one of the wolves upon its horns, killing it. Then all of the other wolves descend upon the herd. With the unity broken, no longer can the line be held. And from the shadows emerges another creature, great, terrible, like a bear. It bashes through the defenders, gnawing on and consuming the body of the green-eyed creature. The deer all fade from your sight, and darkness overtakes your dreaming. You do not sleep well this night. And with that dream, and this moment, the third act of our campaign begins. Thank you all for being here. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I look forward to seeing you all very soon.